NaruTalk, the Naruto ShipPodcast, is made possible through contributions from listeners like you. To help support the podcast and to earn exclusive rewards, head to www.patreon.com/NaruTalkPod. That's www.patreon.com/NaruTalkPod. Believe it!
Hey everyone, this is Naruto Uzumaki, and you're listening to NaruTalk. Believe it!
Hello everybody, welcome back to NaruTalk, the greatest podcast ever. To be all about Naruto, I'm your host, Liam English, and with me as always... God damn! It's hard, I'm out of practice. And with me as always is my co-host. My heart's thumping out of my chest. I'm like, I really am feeling the pressure of returning to the podcast. Is Morgan Williamson.
I thought you'd forgotten my name.
No.
Never.
I did just not your name, obviously. I just met this person and I forget people's names all the fucking time.
Yes.
How like what is that? You know what I mean? Like is there a way to fix that?
Yes.
Don't say just be polite because that's
No, you play that game, that matching card game.
Yeah, I thought you were going to say listen to people.
No.
Oh, yeah, that is
People when they talk.
No, because he does listen, but you're never present because you're always thinking about the next thing because you do too much shit.
Oh, this is real.
So if you take a moment
This is
and
like
just
analyzing the
listen,
game.
I had my first intro to psych class today, so I'm feeling smarter.
Okay.
If you take your, slow down, take your time, be present with the person when they introduce themselves, then it'll be in your brain.
No, because I feel bad because I like meeting new people. And like this person I had an amazing
Well, then keep
conversation
forgetting because then
with.
it's always meeting new people.
No, you know what really But really drove it home is when we were parting ways. They were like, "Hey, it was really nice meeting you. I might forget your name in the future." And my mouth was open to say, can I get your name one more time? I'm so sorry. And they said, "But it's Liam, right? I'll remember that." And I was like, thanks, bro. Catch you later. Fuck. Yeah. So I struggle with names, but not yours. Morgan Williamson. Co-host with the most. As they say. I'm also
Who's that
joined.
from? Is that from?
I said it
from
like a few
Ron
episodes
Mouse?
ago about Raj.
Oh my god, it's my turn. I made.
So then I'll just
You're a made man.
turn to, speaking of co-hosts with Mo-hosts, I'm also joined by Raj.
Yo, it's Mo-host, Raj. I don't know. Hi. Co-host. No, it's like there's a weird feeling of like, when Arrested Development got taken off for a few years and then they filmed season 4 and it very clearly looked like everyone was just like a high school reunion for a minute. That's what it feels like.
I know. Morgan looks like a different person. This is throwing me off so much. I have glasses now. You're in jeans.
Oh my god, I'm in jeans.
What fucking world is this?
And
knows?
Katie?
Yeah, Katie.
Isn't white anymore. Oh my
Looks
god.
exactly the same.
Katie went full green. What?
I'm green now,
I'm sorry.
apparently.
Chlorophyll.
Okay. I'm a plant?
Well, you did eat an orange
Is it from
peel.
the orange peel? Yeah.
Well, I
Which
think
is not
when,
green, but-
okay, so like this new Terminator game came out and it's been freaking me out because I watched the trailer.
Did you watch the
really
Jim
high.
Sterling video?
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
I love Jim Sterling. He's my baby. But just like, I feel like the ultimate camouflage against, for a robot is to be a plant. Because like, you'll just be hidden.
Yeah, they don't fuck with the plants.
And then you could like naturally work with the seasons. So like when it's winter, you could just be your robot self. Because like who would expect a robot to have any plant in them?
Wait,
cold.
so are you saying that Katie, as a plant,
What?
can
I
survive
did
the
not follow
robot
that at
apocalypse
all.
by sort of just growing into a robot?
Yeah, kind of like
Yeah.
like kind of like.
But in the
like a lizard
winter, they
person.
wouldn't question robots. Is that what you just said? Because I don't see robots
Well,
around in the
would
winter.
you see? Would you rather like just keep
Raj,
thinking-
you've been in the elevator for too long!
just think about it. Okay, would you associate a robot with the springtime or winter?
I
Winter?
guess winter, yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
But you're like, yeah, and in the winter you could just
We
be
were
a
talking
robot
about
because there's no
seasons of
plants in the
things,
winter.
Katie.
But like,
There were
as-
seasons of things.
Were we?
Seasons of love.
We passed the season of stink bug, and now we're in the winter time.
That was before we started recording.
Well, yeah, and I saved it for the pod, even though I said it already.
Oh, I did tell him to save it for the pod.
You started your sentence and then...
Referencing it.
Wait, so what was
I'm
the
so
thing?
confused.
What about seasons?
So, like, how we passed the stink bug season, now they're just gone because of the winter.
Oh, yeah,
And they're replaced by robots.
Yeah, no
That's
more
why-
stink bugs, probably.
That's why Kate's been walking around free.
Yeah.
Just this
I'm
is her
Katie
true self.
Sideri.
So lost.
The
Katie
fourth
Sideri.
co-host.
Yes, hi.
How are you?
No host.
I'm good.
With the no host.
Yeah.
Good.
No host.
Co-host
None.
with the no host. Ooh.
Whoa. Whoa.
Offended.
Wow.
Alright. It's Raj's birthday today, everybody. Not like.
Wait. Oh my god, that freaks me out. Holy shit.
For what it's worth, it's not Raj's birthday like today.
Yeah.
But for you out there listening, if you're listening on the day of release, it is Raj's birthday.
Oh my god, yeah, I'm 20. Well,
Yeah.
wow.
I thought we all forgot.
I was like, did I fall asleep?
Yeah. Actually, I was watching this show called Love Island. It's like
Oh, God.
Oh my god, my sister's obsessed with that.
It's so good.
Okay, yeah, I'm on season 5 episode.
Bro, have you seen season 3?
No, I just started. It's my first time ever watching
Gotcha,
it.
gotcha,
Why
gotcha.
does
But
everyone love this show?
No. I like it because it's terrifying. Like, it freaks me out.
It's like deeply disturbing.
Beautiful people culture is very weird, and the
Yeah.
island itself is very cold and isolated, and you're not allowed to use your phone. It's so strange.
Yeah,
But
robots would love it.
Robots would. You would love it.
So I should watch
Yes.
it.
But basically, today I had 2 classes, but one got canceled. So when I went home, I immediately took a nap. But I was like kind of drifting away to Love Island. And when I went to sleep and I woke up, there's a whole nother contestant, and she fucked up like 4 other relationships. And
Yeah.
you ever like hate going to sleep and missing so much? Like, I hate that.
Yeah.
I hate waking up to text.
Oh, okay, sorry.
I missed
She
everything.
doesn't sleep
Okay.
because she's a robot.
I thought that you were dreaming Love Island, not that you were actually watching it and fell asleep.
He was doing
And-
both.
Okay.
Yeah. Once you
I
start
don't know.
watching Love
I feel
Island,
like this
I hate when I
this
do that.
season Raj is very Trevor from GTA 5, just like
the
government!
I don't know GTA 5,
Aliens!
but I think Jacob in the Discord is always talking about GTA 5 lately.
Dude, it's just
leaned way
but
back.
I
I'm
think
just gonna turn our gain down really quick because I think
Word.
it's spiking a little bit. All right.
That might just be my new crazy.
Yeah, you can do whatever you want this episode. It's your birthday
Can
special.
we
Yeah.
rebrand?
Oh my
It's a new
God.
season. We're new people.
Yeah.
2020.
Yeah.
2020,
Yeah.
no bad days.
20, no bad days. The greatest birthday
you
gift
said that to me. I
I'm
hadn't
getting
heard that.
today is the bagel place is opening.
Oh,
There's
yeah.
a bagel place opening on
That's
our
so
campus today.
exciting.
But the idea, like, this is when I realized that, you know what, I'm not like a teen or a kid anymore, that I'm excited to use meal swipes on bagels.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
Yeah, right. I'm just like, yes, a bagel. This is what I want. This is what I
Yeah.
because
That's
they're
all
just
I've ever
they're
wanted.
Better
small
than Starbucks bagels.
and
Obviously, 'cause they're real
oh my God,
bagels.
yes.
Yeah.
They're small and they're fluffy and they're fun and you can put things and I've never had a bad combination.
Small and
They were
fluffy and
supposed to
fun.
open in like September, weren't
Puppies?
they?
Yeah, it's
Is it a
amazing that
puppy
you
store?
describe bagels the same way you would describe a puppy. That's
Oh,
crazy.
yeah.
Would I eat a puppy? Would I like
eating puppies? Don't check.
Use meal
Stay
swipes on
tuned for
puppies?
season 3 of NaruTalk.
Meal swipes on puppies?
milk? Oh my. Okay, no,
Meal
that would
swipes on puppies.
that
That'd
would
be
like
wonderful.
I
We
would
could spend
lose
our meals to
meals.
adopt animals.
That would
would
be
do it.
so
Oh
good.
yeah.
Just
I
like
feel
don't eat for a week. You can have a dog.
No, but honestly, if they had like a system where you could like, I think our campus should start implementing substitute systems for meals because like if we could have donated to like the Australia wildfires with meal swipes.
Yes.
Yeah.
Like literally, I have the 19 meal plan. So for
Yeah.
every week, I have 19 meals, and I always end the week with like nearly 10 left.
Especially yesterday when we had like 2 days to use 19
Yeah,
meals.
exactly. Like that's
And you
so
only
much
can
money.
use
They're
3 a
definitely
day.
just pocketing it.
They're
actually,
only pocketed,
we
yeah.
should,
They don't
like,
refund it.
petition the school and be like, hey,
Most
donate
definitely.
this money.
Like, and even then, like I
Yeah.
think the best system because we have a convenience store on campus that doesn't take meal swipes or flex.
Which is
So
so
I think
dumb.
if we can just take the meals we don't use, and even not even just a full meal, if they can cut it in half, it all would add up, and we could spend that. It's still going to the school. I just don't understand.
it doesn't make any
Yeah,
sense
none
at
of
all.
this makes sense.
Oh yeah, if we spent it at the Moore store, that
Well,
does still
when
be
we were in the
useful.
top-
They can't even make it into like dining doll or not dining.
For-
What's the one that you can use at the Moore store? Isn't there?
Those
one?
that are confused, the Moore store is this convenience store on our
Oh.
campus. It doesn't take our, like, we have, like, meal swipes,
Yeah.
you know, and,
Yeah.
and it only takes real money.
But the reason it makes sense is because if you're not spending it, but they're getting the money, they're not losing any of their products, so they don't have to buy more.
Yeah. Well,
Yeah, that sucks.
true.
I think when our campus got put on like the top 10 ugliest campuses in the United States, it's not because it looks ugly.
no, it's ugly on the inside.
That's the real ugly
That's
right there. That is disgusting.
Raj, people are already upset that for 3 weeks in a row we haven't put out Naruto-related content.
We started off,
And now we're 9 minutes in, and we
Yeah.
just talked about our school. What is up?
Another birthday gift I'm gonna get on my birthday is a Naruto Shippuden shirt actually, which
Really?
is like I'm
Which
like
one?
upping.
Is it
I
the-
think it's one with all the
Should've
characters.
worn it.
I think I'm just trying to like
shit.
match your arsenal of Naruto related merch.
Yeah.
Just like.
Well, I'm getting there, so.
Morgan.
But
has
you're
a
going
new-
for like full cosplays. That's like a
No.
different lane.
Because over winter break, I decided that I was going to buy not 1, but 2 merchandise items.
Did
oh
you?
my god.
Yeah.
What'd you get?
I got the Leaf Village necklace, and I got the ramen mug.
All right, when
yeah.
I get Zabu as a sword and I cut down the door to the next recording, then we'll see who's talking. We'll see who's number one.
Okay, well, I don't see you having Sasuke hair, so...
Well, actually, I'd be closer to shaving it. Yeah, spring break, it's going, which is
You're
like,
shaving your hair?
Yeah, it's being donated, which is like...
Oh,
that's gonna be crazy
terrifying.
when we get back.
Yeah, I'm freaking out about it.
So
But
that's season 4. It's
Oh my
on.
God.
yeah, it's gonna be a really cool like spiritual awakening for me.
Hell yeah. Spring break in Syracuse, I'll shave your head.
Yes,
And we can record Rio Radio.
that'd be.
Okay.
Rio
Shaving
Radio,
your head.
Raj shaves his head.
Yeah.
That could be like a great. That's Real Radio 9. Oh, but you want me? Okay, so the podcast, fellas. Here it is.
I just feel like we should eventually get.
We
to
should start
what this
talking
is.
about what
Wow.
this is. So this podcast, right, Mr. NaruTalk here. We watch 2 to 4 canon episodes of Naruto on any streaming platform of your choice. Subtitles optional. Dub only.
It's true.
And
Yeah, we don't say that every episode, but like we talk about the voice actors. We watch.
Yeah,
the
and I just think it's like because people make it a point. Like when I read the reader responses, people are always like, "We're watching the sub," just letting you know. And they're like, they don't even like talk about Naruto. They just they're like, "Hey Liam, my day's going great. By the way, I watched the sub."
It's like, all right, sorry that your life is worse than mine.
Yeah.
Like just a little bit.
And then there's 2 people,
Yeah.
me and Liam, Raj and Liam here. Liam and Raj, that's LaRaj.
LeBron.
We watch. We're weaves. We watch Naruto. We know a lot about Naruto. and Katie and Morgan, which would be Corgan. Yeah.
Wait, didn't we have a name already?
Matey?
When we fused?
Oh,
We
Matey.
fused to Matey.
Oh, that was amazing editing.
Yo, did you like
Yeah,
that?
that was so
it
good.
scared the shit out of me.
I love it.
I listened to it out loud in my house with both of my parents. None of them, they were like, nope, not gonna question it.
And so Matey over here, they also watch Naruto, but it's without the nostalgia glasses. It's without the bias or the knowledge of anime up until this point, except for Morgan, who secretly knows anime. So does Katie as well.
We both secretly, just not Naruto.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's still anime, you weeb.
No,
Fresh.
but we don't know Naruto. Like we know anime, but we don't know Naruto.
Well, that sounds like you problem, but
You-
that's what the
but
point of the
we're-
show is.
It is.
But we're
yes.
new to Naruto.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yes.
Yes,
And that's the show.
that's just the show.
That's it.
speaking-
Thank you for listening this week.
No.
Just light up a cigarette. That is it.
Walk off
Walk
stage.
off.
No, that's it. That's the show.
That is the show.
Idea. But the actual show today is that we watched 3 episodes of Naruto, and they are 69, 70, and 71, which is The Pursuit of the Sand Siblings by Sasuke, and also our first ever Kage level battle, which I just want to say, like, I'm very excited for you two to have watched this,
Yes.
because this
Yeah.
is the most Naruto we've ever seen Naruto be.
Yes,
It's like
yes.
every move is a crazy superpower, and like it's just these crazy
It's like
bullshit going on.
71 is like one of those episodes that like make you happy. You kind of like powered through it.
Yeah.
Like-
71, I was like,
It
this
was so pretty.
may be the first objectively good episode
Yeah,
of
it's
Naruto.
really good.
But first we gotta get there, and to do that, we have to NaruTalk about it. We open with Sakura wondering why, with the village under siege from the sand and sound villages, Kakashi would assign a new A-rank mission.
I was so ready for that to rhyme.
Tried to.
Oh my
I was kind of talking with like
Yeah.
iambic pentameter. Yeah.
I thought you were
Ever since the rhyming episode, it's been immensely difficult for me not to rhyme all this stuff because it just like
New branding, 2020, everything rhymes.
rhyme everything. I think that the general response was never again do that ever.
Naruto poetry.
Remember when Hamilton came out and like everyone was just obsessed with just being theatrical and
for
rhyming
so
and shit?
long.
It was weird. That was like the first musical that took over my life. Like everyone around me was just like Hamilton.
Oh,
Like,
Yeah. Everyone was doing
It's
Hamilton like
wonderful.
24/7. Have you seen it?
I haven't seen it. I was too
We
poor.
did the $10 lottery. Like we entered the lottery and my dad won tickets to it.
Oh my
For
God.
For
it's-
$10?
Yeah, it's ham for ham because Hamilton's on the $10 bill.
I love
Ham
So-
for ham.
Yeah, so you give them a $10 bill and you see Hamilton. Yeah,
Oh,
so
Wow.
so me and my
That's funny.
sister did that because my dad wanted to go, but my mom's like, you can't tell one of them they can't go. And so then the two of us went.
That's really.
Lucky.
Oh my god!
Yeah.
Shout out
It was a
Christian.
shriek that you just
the
did.
Banshee shriek.
But then again, I like choked a minute ago, so it's fine. I'm really sick.
Oh, terribly sick.
Dude,
yeah,
like
it's so bad.
My
I hugged him.
my wisdom teeth are growing
Mine
in.
too.
Pain.
And they're like in and they're straight and stuff, but they I would hate to have gay wisdom teeth, obviously. But
Why would you?
I have 5 wisdom teeth.
but no, they're like all straight and everything, but the bottom ones are covered by a layer of gum partially.
Oh, me too.
Yeah, but that mine got infected because like shit gets in
They
there and
told
you
me.
can't clean it
Yeah.
out, and so then I got sickness from having infected teeth. So I'm like everything
Yeah.
hurts. Yeah. Just explaining sick voice or
Yes.
coughs or
Kind
whatever.
of just sound like you're talking like Sasuke.
What a drag. That's Shikamaru.
No.
Sorry.
Yeah, that's
Sorry,
a real
buddy.
character.
Okay, Kakashi simply instructs Sakura to release the genjutsu cast over Shikamaru and Naruto and to follow Sasuke, who himself is trailing the Sand siblings. If you don't know what's going on, go back and listen to the podcast. There's this, you're jumping into the thick of things. Even though it's technically the start of a new arc, everything is like
In the middle of everything.
happening right now. Yeah.
Did it like weird you guys out that like Kakashi was having this whole conversation with Sakura as there was like a war happening in front of them?
Also, he's like, there's no time to wake Ino and Choji, but there's so much time to explain
Yeah,
for a
and
really
just
long
sort of
time
stand
in
around.
detail. Yeah, that.
I mean, not just like it goes to his character that he's always dramatic.
Yeah.
He's always just like.
Also, I think
Yeah.
he just didn't want to deal with Ino and Choji because Choji would have been chewing chips immediately and Ino would have been saying something.
I wouldn't
and
bitchy.
they
be
would have
surprised
just both
if-
died instantly.
Yes.
I wouldn't be surprised if like Kakashi had waited like for a long time before talking to Sakura. Like he just like
But between the last episode, which ended with him saying you're getting a new A rank mission, just waited a
He
long
was
waited a
just standing there
while.
just like sighing. He was like, fuck, I should.
Now I have to talk.
and then
to
like the
Sakura.
last 5 minutes before like something big happens, he's like, I guess I have just enough time to barely make it. Like,
Yeah.
and then he went
I
in.
just really don't want her here
Yeah,
anymore.
she is like
So-
that forehead.
Which
I'm so sad.
also, like, following Sasuke is a dumb mission,
Yeah.
That is
right?
stupid. That is so stupid.
Like all of what we're about to hear is their mission to reach Sasuke and just tell him like. Because Kakashi is worried because, like, in Gaara's match, we saw that crazy arm and the whole sphere butthole thing. Go back and listen, you'll
Forgot about
hear.
that.
But so Kakashi's like, oh, he shouldn't face the Sand siblings alone or whatever. But it's like, so you're risking these kids' life to go tell Sasuke, hey, slow down a little bit, just wait. Like, that's dumb.
That is
That's
dumb.
dumb.
That is
That's
dumb.
a dumb mission. Anyways, you were saying that Kakashi was like, oh, don't wake Ino and Choji because we don't have time. But it was also because he wants a 4-man cell.
Yeah,
Yes.
he
Because
did
that's
explain
the-
afterwards, but
Yeah.
I
Right,
thought
right.
it was silly.
But that's the most effective like ninja group making. That's why it's the
But
Jonin
also,
and the
why couldn't it have been Sakura,
and
Ino, and Choji?
and Shikamaru because then they would have been able to do Ino Shikacho,
Yeah.
which would
Well,
have
I think it came down to
Oh
like
yeah.
you have to
Kakashi
Oh, well, but
was there, and
Naruto.
it's like.
Kakashi was like, I've got to have my
Like,
boy
not-
Naruto.
like it's like if some kids had to live, it'd look great on my record,
Right.
as lazy as possible for these kids to live, and like who does Ino Chica? Who the fuck?
Ino, Choji.
No, who is it? Asuma?
Oh, yeah.
Like he's already he doesn't care.
no, he does not.
He wasn't
Famously, he didn't try and save Hinata
like
from Neji.
she was gonna die. he was smoking a cigarette outside.
Yeah.
So like quite honestly, I think Kakashi was just like knowing the situation would been like.
I
He
just
won't,
don't care.
like, he wouldn't even show up to the funeral.
Yeah.
Like, he would just be away.
Yeah.
Rip.
Like rip. Ah shit.
But yeah, so the team right now that we know of is Sakura, and then she's gonna go wake up Naruto and Shikamaru, and we're like, oh, so who's the 4th member? Is it gonna be Kakashi? And he's like, no, it's not, because he summons my motherfucking king, by the way.
Oh my gosh, it was
best
so
part.
good.
Pakun, who is this little puppy who has a leaf headband and the voice of an adult man.
His jacket design is so good.
It's
my
so
gosh.
funny.
I love it. I love everything about
And the
Pakun.
first thing he does is call himself cute, which
Yeah.
is crazy.
Well, like, he does it like a really manly voice.
Yeah.
Well, yeah.
When he first showed up,
Mm-hmm.
immediately after he summoned him, I paused it and I said, Katie, the dog, Kakashi's dog. And she goes, did you hear his voice? And I was like, no. And then I hit play and I was like, oh.
I'm so
Yeah.
cute.
You did the voice funny too. You were,
Oh, I
you were
did.
mimicking
I
it
did
with
like an
the
old
pause in a
smoker.
minute. Yeah.
I was like, I'm a dog.
That's exactly
Literally it.
But yeah, this little dog is gonna lead the squad.
Oh my God.
That's a weird gimmick they do
giving-
with animals with like
Giving
forces.
dogs voices is my favorite thing to do.
It's so fun. I love it.
Is this no? Did we see a Toad talk ever with Jiraiya?
Gamma
What?
Book
Gamma
the
Book?
talk.
Oh, yeah.
And
Yeah.
the guy had this turtle once.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah.
I forgot about the
Oh,
talking
the turtle.
turtle.
Whoa.
That was-
Throwback.
I don't think that ever gets answered.
Yeah,
honestly.
it's kind of weird that animals can just talk in the Naruto
Yeah.
world, I guess.
Anything can happen.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
Sakura, she crawls over to the boys who are unconscious, and she releases the genjutsu on Naruto. He sits up and he's like, "What's going on?" But
being Naruto.
it's like a war zone, so there's a kunai that gets thrown
But
over his
also,
head.
Kakashi was just standing there.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that annoyed me too, because you're supposed to buy into the fact that like it's constant combat where they are, and so he can't even sit
Yeah.
up without getting a knife thrown
Because
at him.
Sakura was like, no, lay back down, lay back
Yeah.
down.
But it's
Kakashi
like
was literally just
everybody
standing
else
there
was
talking
just standing
to
and
Sakura.
talking. Yeah, so that doesn't make a lot of sense.
I don't
But
know. You've played like a competitive shooter, right?
yeah, sure.
So like I play Counter-Strike a lot, and a thing that pisses me off to no end is when like all like 4 of you are going down the same like ramp, and it's just you who dies.
Oh yeah.
That like effectively pisses me off so much.
That's what Naruto just experienced.
Pretty much. It's
Everybody
just-
was just hanging out, and then just for
Just-
some reason, maybe a sound ninja heard him talk and was like, "This motherfucker
Like,
is
he's
so
gotta
annoying."
shut up. And like their sound is like way high up. So
Oh
they're
yeah,
just,
the
like,
sound
Oh,
ninja
yeah.
are very tuned in.
Yeah, so they're like, so when Naruto's yelling, it's just bass boosted, but like as if he was right next to him. He's
Yeah.
like, this kid's gotta die. Like, I gotta kill this kid.
So Naruto's up, and Sakura turns to Shikamaru, and she's about to release the genjutsu, but turns out that Shikamaru didn't actually fall under the genjutsu. He's just pretending to be asleep.
So
This
he didn't
is
have to deal with
this is what I
everything,
missed
which is so
watching.
good.
I miss Shikamaru a lot. He's my
fucking
favorite.
funny.
Like,
Yeah.
I think the situation's really cool where like we're getting this like legendary side dream matchup right here. We get like Naruto, Sakura, and Shikamaru.
Yo, I wrote that somewhere in here,
Yeah.
but like Shikamaru is such a better fourth for them than Sasuke.
Most.
Yeah.
Oh
definitely.
my god, he's like so much more charming.
Oh, yeah, dude, he's like literally so charming.
Yeah.
Like,
They're trying to reach Sasuke, and I'm like, I kind of hope that you just get distracted.
Yeah, like,
just,
dude.
go off and can I get a
This is
season
my
of
group
this,
now, yeah.
please?
Kind of a branch off of this,
Sure.
but I experienced the most offensive thing that I've ever had somebody say to me. I'm not going to
Yes.
say who said it to me, but Naruto.
I mean, if you want to expose them,
No.
I don't care.
I've exposed this person enough on the podcast.
Ooh, what's the tale?
I was talking about Naruto, obviously, like one
sound
does.
like Howard Stern. Yeah, you're like, tell the tale.
And this person
Yeah,
looked at
let's-
me and was like, "You're a Sasuke girl, aren't you?" And I was like,
Oh,
"No, I'm not."
I'm a Sasuke
Thank
girl.
you.
How dare they? Anyone on this
I
podcast?
really want to know who this was.
I know.
It's Toby,
Oh, man.
got it.
which made it even worse.
Man
Yeah.
of bad opinions, some
Yeah.
would say.
Yep.
That's Morgan's ex. Listen to Rio Radio 5 if you want to hear a lot about
Okay.
exes.
I just like how like really real that gets. Like we're just like Naruto, and then Morgan's ex is a piece of shit.
Yeah.
I'm just like, because that's like the cool part about this podcast, and we're really filling you in on our lives here,
Yeah.
like our likes and hatreds.
It's.
Like I smoked a whole pack of cigarettes myself this break, guys. Like that's
I
what
thought
I'm
you were going
doing.
to say today.
Oh my god, I wish.
Hey, it is your birthday.
It is my we're celebrating. Oh my
Um,
god, but yeah, dude, like these are like things we're doing in life. Like this is
We're out here smoking
Smoking
cigarettes.
cigarettes,
No, like no spoilers, but coming up is the biggest endorsement for cigarettes we've seen in Naruto so far.
Oh my god,
Yeah.
yeah, actually yes.
Good lord, when I
Yeah.
sack that, I was like, well, I want to smoke a cigarette
need a pack right now,
This is
yeah.
the coolest thing I've
yeah,
ever
yeah.
seen. Anyway, so yeah, Shikamaru was pretending to be asleep, so Pakun bites his leg and he sits
was
up and he
so
screams.
funny.
He's like, ah! But he still doesn't want to go because he doesn't like give a shit about Sasuke's
Yeah.
little emo bitch ass.
He,
He's
like
just
gets his
Looking at
hand
the dog,
right.
yeah, he just sticks the hand in the dog's mouth, and then the dog bites, and then he goes,
But
ah!
also,
But
the
like,
way
you
that
put your hand in his
I
mouth.
would do the same. It's very much just like a. What if I just like?
the way that they animated it, the dog isn't biting hard. He's like,
Yeah.
and
Just
then
like
the
the
That's
leg
like, that's like the fun
flip.
part of it. Like he's just like doing a little like chomp, and then
Yeah.
it's just like,
chomp.
oh my god,
I
this
think
hurts.
Shikamaru
It was
and
like
Pakun are
chomp,
like good
pause.
friends.
Yeah,
Like,
they should
They're
like
like soul brothers.
That's the real like Kiba Akamaru I want to see. You know,
Yeah,
Haku
for real.
Akamaru.
Show me
yeah.
Shikamaru and Pakun.
Dude, literally would be a great.
They would have beat Naruto in the.
Oh,
prelims.
100%. They wouldn't even fall into a fart.
No.
Yeah.
So all of that group is like sort of pulled out of all those little shenanigans that we were talking about because the Leaf and the Sound Ninja battling around them are like all it's fighting and it's going around, and then suddenly the Sound Ninja appears behind Naruto and he's got his kunai out and he's like all ready to cut his throat. but he's stopped in an instant
oh my
by
God.
Guy. Who,
Coolest scene.
Yeah.
It's so fucking
Speed
cool
punch.
because the sound, the sound ninja appears behind him in like that flash thing, and it's like a still image. We see it, and he's about to kill Naruto, and then just bam, Guy punches him into the fucking wall behind
it
him.
makes a literal hole in the wall.
It makes a huge hole.
And then
in
he's
the
just
wall.
My
like
dad
the
did that
coolest
one
shit. Like the enemy's like such fast speed, and he's like
Not
not
moving
speed.
past that.
Wait,
That
did you say something?
That was the goal.
Morgan said my dad did that one time.
But you, wow!
Sorry, Raj, you were saying.
No, I don't know what I was saying anymore. That's a lot. That's a lot to process.
I love the power I have.
But yeah, so
Okay, Guy was wow.
it was hot as fuck.
Guy
very
was
it
hot.
wasn't hot when my dad.
Oh, okay.
Speeding right along. So there's a big hole in the wall.
There's a huge hole.
And Kakashi orders that the team of Genin exit through it to go track down Sasuke. And like I said, once they do, their whole mission is just to stop him from.
Yeah.
So they're following the Sand Siblings to tell him to stop following the Sand Siblings.
Yeah.
Like just let him die. No one cares. End the Uchiha clan. I'm done
No
with
one
it.
cares
Oh
except
my
for Rob.
God, yeah. I mean, to be fair, his new outfit not doing him any favors.
Oh my God.
Like,
I really look like Sasuke with my hair. Because his hair is so long
It's
now.
so long now, right?
I'm like
Like there was that one really poorly animated episode where his neck was as thick as twice as thick
Yeah.
as his head and
his hair
shit.
is so
Like
long.
even in the good animated episodes, his hair is very
So
very
bad.
long now.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm a fan of the long hair. I'm just not a fan of how he wears it. I think that's
Yeah.
like, because he could rock long
Yeah.
hair.
Well, it's like you said, it's he's ugly on the inside.
Oh yeah, no, he's really ugly
He's
on the inside.
he's a
He's electrified.
whiny little bitch.
Naruto.
Naruto tries to ask for more details on the mission, but Sakura like drags him out because she's more concerned with Sasuke than catching up Naruto's dumb fucking ass.
I was watching this with Glenn, actually, our artist, and he
And patron.
and patron, love
and
Glenn,
friend.
And friend. Yeah.
and husband.
Oh,
Oh.
Congratulations.
Thank
Yes.
you.
And secret lover.
And baby daddy?
Real Radio 200. Find out who's really in love with Glenn.
Lights up a cigarette.
But he paused it here and he was like, Raj, I hate Naruto. Like, I hate him as a person. Like,
Yeah,
this
he's
guy
very annoying.
sucks here.
Yeah. So Naruto and Sakura are out of the place, and Shikamaru is complaining. He's like, I don't want to come too. So Pakun tries to incentivize him by saying that
Oh my
if
God.
he does, he'll be able to touch his paw, pads and all.
May I?
Yes.
If you do it, you'll get a reward. What's the reward? What? You can touch my paw and a pad. It's really soft.
Yeah, exactly. He was like,
What voice? Like, what
it's
is
soft
that?
and supple.
And then he held it up.
It's like, no one wants to touch it.
He
Yeah,
held it up.
why?
Like, "You wanna
Yeah,
touch-
because
no one
Shikamaru
wants
was
to touch
like,
my paw."
no.
Why
He
would I
was
want
like, he
this?
was hurt. He was hurt.
Yeah.
I would be too.
If nobody
If
wanted
I
to touch
offered my soft, supple paw
and pads.
and pads and nobody touched it, I'd be
Yeah.
so hurt.
Yeah, I
I
mean,
know. He got so mad, and Morgan paused it again and was like, "Katie, what is happening?" And I was like, she was like, "Want to touch my paw?" And
Touch my paw.
I'm like, "Did you get to where he got really mad?" And she's like, "What?" And I'm like, "Play."
so you kept pausing just before the
And then
punch.
I just saw her face going like reacting a lot. It was great.
So yeah, Pakun bites Shikamaru's arm and like drags him through the hole in the wall, and they're off.
Powerful dog.
Yeah.
Carried a whole
Yeah,
ass
I know,
kid up,
really.
like fast, too.
Yeah, he's powerful and soft and supple. So
Pads
really,
and all.
Pakun's got it all.
Supple.
Yeah. So Guy is like, hey, I wonder if the kids will be okay. And Kakashi is like, yeah, it'll be fine.
mad.
Pakun can like protect them.
Yeah.
Or what are you guys talking about?
What?
What are you guys talking about?
I just said Ho's mad
About what?
about not having his paw touched.
Oh yeah.
Oh.
True.
Who's
mad.
mad is bigger enough for Smash. Did you?
Yeah, I saw that.
That's
Yeah,
crazy.
Yeah.
Do
But then
do
you
like-
were mad, and
I mean, I
you were
was
like,
a
I
hoe,
hate
I
the
was
Ho
mad.
violence in
was
Smash.
mad.
Yeah, exactly. And I was like, well,
Look, okay,
Oh,
to sum
man.
it all up, the problem is it's not that they added an 8th Fire Emblem character, it's that they added a cool Fire Emblem character when they have 8 already, so it makes a few of them look really shit and then unnecessary, and it's just a giant, not a waste, but just like, could have been
I
anyone.
just love
I'm
that
lost.
it's Smash Brothers. I just love that Sakurai clearly hates the whole community.
No, he doesn't, he's
In the
having
fucking
fun, he's happy.
So there was this. Okay, what is happening over here? Can we talk
Are you
about it
Jewel?
on
Is that
air?
a Jewel?
Do you mind?
Thank you. Okay.
Wait, what is that?
It's nothing.
Can we talk about it on air,
Go for
please?
it.
It's already. What
Do
is
it.
it?
What
Do
is
it.
It's monk.
What do you?
Huh?
What do you?
It's essential oils.
Morgan's inhaling.
Are you smoking essential oil?
Yeah.
Yes.
Is that where we're at now?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
Oh my
Morgan's
God.
sucking
Okay,
cocks
show
now.
him.
So over break,
Oh, stop.
Oh my God,
Bro.
Stop drooling on my podcast.
Watch. What are you doing? What is happening?
Oh, you didn't
it
see
doesn't.
it. It was so
I
good a
inhaled it,
second
though.
ago, and
Uh-huh.
they didn't even see
Yeah, no, they
it.
didn't catch it.
That is.
So over break, I became a little crunchy.
Uh-huh.
And fun fact.
Yeah.
So chakra is real, like granola, like hippie, like.
I didn't know hippie.
so
I didn't know crunchy was a word for
unbelievably
that
lost.
It is.
until like a
Like,
couple summers ago,
like
and I
a-
did not believe anyone. I
Wait,
was like,
you
"You're
gotta
messing with
power
me."
through and just tell me
Sorry.
and just
Yeah.
explain what's going on.
So, chakra is a real thing in the human body, not
Yeah,
just
yeah.
in Naruto. And I got a bunch of crystals over break
Sure.
because I'm trying to meditate and do all the things, and I vape essential oils and like whatever. But I got a set of chakra crystals and a chakra bracelet, and it comes with a card on what each of the chakras do. And the hand signs that they do in Naruto are the real hand signs
Yeah.
for the chakra.
Yeah, it's true.
I was sitting and I was meditating and crying on my floor, and I looked at the paper and I was like, Naruto's real.
So you're becoming a genuine shinobi by vaping. Is what you're saying.
Is that? Oh wait. Oh my God.
Well, this is crazy.
This is. Oh
Season
my,
3 of NaruTalk
yeah.
is fucking
Smoke comes out.
insane.
That is so. My mind is so fried. Holy shit.
We're in a strange new dimension, Raj.
Yeah,
You,
this is-
and I, we've
That was
been
great.
we've been leaping dimensions since season 1, and
Yeah,
now
yeah.
we're in fucking Farscape, bro. I don't know where the fuck we
This is
are.
so weird. We're vaping essential oils. That's
Jesus.
freaking me out. So much.
Okay. Wow. So
We do live in a society.
we
guys.
are in like 4 levels deep of a society right
Yeah,
now, and I
this
don't
is
know.
so strange.
Look, here's the thing. Everything that we just talked about, not the vaping of essential oils, but the Naruto stuff,
Yes,
right?
yes, yes.
Shino was also awake for that.
Which is
and-
weird.
Yeah, he was like, well, he's like definitely the kind of kid that you would worry about coming to school with, like,
Oh
you know.
yeah, a little too big of a backpack.
Yeah, a little bit too big of a backpack, exactly.
A little longer
Yeah.
jacket.
So he was, so he was hiding behind a wall nearby, just eavesdropping, and then we see him leave.
It was so weird.
Yeah, which is important to set up for like a future podcast episode, but we don't get any payoff for that in all 3 of the episodes
Yeah.
we watched. We don't know where he
That's-
was.
I didn't
Sucks.
even notice that.
Yeah,
I don't know.
okay,
I don't know how.
They showed him for
But-
so long.
Wow.
It was
I
like
think.
They panned over from the hole in the wall, and he was
Yeah.
just sitting there, and
so
then
they
they
made
just
like a
showed
big
him
point to
sitting
be
there.
like, look, Shino heard all that,
And then he
now
left.
he's going somewhere. Like, this is important.
Wow. I'm
I
gonna
think
write that down.
Cool detail. Not even like a detail. I think it's like a cool world building thing.
Yeah.
But first, can I get some watermelon sour patch? Oh, thank you. I just.
That's it.
Morgan's been doing it so quietly
Do
the whole
exactly
time.
that.
And secondly, just the fact that like not just Sakura like wasn't under the Genjutsu, like that school kind of has a decent success rate of like
Yeah, right?
like 3 out of like 10.
A fair amount of kids
Yeah.
are able to break the Genjutsu, yeah.
And also the fact that Naruto went under just shows how shit of a student he was.
Yeah, no, Naruto fucking sucks.
Yeah.
Like, he's easily the worst character in Naruto. Like, right?
Usually,
Can we?
Yeah, right now, yeah.
Yeah. Why the fuck does the fandom hate Sakura? She's like fine. She's like the most buoyantly neutral character, I think. Easily.
That's why they hate her, because she's neutral.
But that's
Or maybe because she's a woman, guys. Let's get to the real thing.
Raj loves white women.
I do love white women. Maybe
that
not
was the
Sakura.
question.
that was a cliffhanger,
That was the
you know,
question,
from last
yeah.
season.
Oh
we
my
were
god,
saying, well,
yeah.
Raj still love white women, right? When we get back?
Oh
Be
yeah,
fun.
do I still love white? Yeah. I well actually over the break I ended up loving all women recently. I got described as a human
good.
bra
We stand.
that supports women.
Okay.
That's where I am.
A
Good.
human bra. I love that. I love that way of saying it. That's
Yeah.
incredible.
Okay. So, yes, that's good. Happy birthday.
Oh,
so,
right, it's my birthday.
Your gift is women.
So, yes.
God.
Oh
Hey,
boy.
you know,
All of them.
I thought the bagels were a lot already. Now, whoa.
All the bagels and all the women.
Hey,
Well, I can only promise you one.
who can
I'd have the bagels.
one bagel or one?
Oh, one woman.
Oh,
I'm
right.
trying
Oh.
so hard.
I understand.
I appreciate it. I like bagel though.
You're more of a bagel man
I'm
yourself.
more of a bagel man myself.
Yeah.
Bacon, cream cheese, bacon. Bagel,
Oh, yeah.
cream cheese,
I
bagel, bacon.
hope they have
What?
meat at this bagel place so bad.
I'd be
vegetarian again.
Oh,
weird
yeah.
if it'd be really weird if they,
Oh, wait.
like, if you,
I don't-
like, do they just give you bagel bread or is it like, can you put stuff in it?
Yeah, I don't know. We'll have to see.
Yeah.
We'll save it for.
They're actually only going to have cinnamon raisin bagels.
Oh, that would be hell.
We'll let them know next week if
I'm a good
what the
everything
place
guy.
has.
I like an everything bagel.
You
Or
seem,
Oh, yeah,
onion
me
bagel.
too.
You seem like an
Yeah.
everything bagel.
everything
I
bagels.
would not have pegged you for an everything. You seem like a sesame bitch.
You do smell like bitch.
I can see that though, but no.
Liam, what's like the most
Or cinnamon
hardcore
raisin. I do love
fucking?
cinnamon raisin.
It's either the most sugary one or the most hardcore one for Liam. Like, what is like the most intense bagel you could eat in your life? Like
What?
ultimate, like chewy sesame poppy seeds.
so
like
What?
some hardcore shit.
So an everything bagel, but with the word ultimate.
Ultimate
At the
everything
beginning.
bagel. Yeah,
Hell
that
yeah.
was
It's exactly the same, but as soon as I walk in, they're like, this kid has low self-esteem. Let's call it
Ultimate.
ultimate.
It's either that or it's gonna be like the triple decker cake bagel, and it's like.
They're just saying that because I'm drinking ostensibly a candy store.
No,
right
because the thing
now.
is, when you eat, you either go for the maximum amount of like insane gains, but it's not like gains as in like like a staple buzz. No, it's like these beans will provide me the most ultimate nutrient, plus with all these greens and like
And some chicken.
chicken,
or
it's
just cake.
like like literally just cake.
Yeah, and like thousands of
I
M&Ms.
consumed about 3.25 pounds of chocolate cake in less than a week.
Yeah, she came to my house and went to the grocery store and was like, "We're gonna buy a 4-pound cake."
And then I ate almost
Just
all of
for-
it by myself.
Yeah.
Crazy how skinny you are.
I ate a cookie puss over the break.
I love Cookie Puss.
You know what cookie puss is? Okay, it was a friend's birthday, and they bust. He's
I thought
a
that was slang for like.
Scary.
no,
I didn't know.
he's the mascot for Carvel. He's from the planet Ice Cream. Like he's an
I didn't know
alien.
that was a planet.
I didn't know either, and I ate him.
He was their ambassador, and now he's gone.
No, but he's really good at shadow clone jutsu.
Okay. So there's lots of cookie puss out in the world.
Yeah.
Got it.
Good. So now that we've had something tangentially related to Naruto, let me yank us back desperately.
You're welcome.
Atop the Kage's box, the Anbu, consider that the giant, there's like a big old cubular barrier. We talked about it before.
I like the word cubular.
Yes, thank you. And so that jutsu around Orochimaru and the Third Hokage can only be broken by the inside. They can't help unless Sarutobi eliminates one of the Sound Ninja 4.
Sarutobi being Third Hokage.
Yeah. I'm gonna call him like the third, the Hokage, Sarutobi, kind of interchangeable.
Yeah.
The weird looking man.
The old.
Ali,
He looked
Joshua.
weird in
He
all 3 of these
did,
episodes.
yeah.
Yo, in 71 though, I guess I should talk about it there, but he looked so frail.
Dude, no, but that's like part of it.
Yeah,
That, like,
yeah,
that,
yeah.
like, that, there's like such a
But
point
I
for
feel like
that.
his face changed a lot.
Well, that's because so like
We
I'm
go
not-
through like 6
I
animations.
didn't
a
recognize
year.
Yeah, okay,
him,
so
like,
that-
very frequently.
Yeah.
I was
like
just
not like a
"Who's that?"
spoiler,
Oh, right.
but these 3 episodes are very like clear. Like as Liam said, 3 different people animated this thing, like very much
Or
so.
more, because
because midway through the second episode, it
Yep.
becomes a different style.
very much
Yeah.
so. And the same thing happens in 71 too. After the battle scene,
Yeah.
it switches back. Yeah,
It's so weird.
Yeah.
It's weird shit. Anyways, so the Sound Ninja 4 inside of the cube, they form a second barrier inside of the cube.
Which looks stupid, right? Did that look stupid for you
it
guys?
did look a little stupid.
Because
Yeah.
I just added another corner.
Yeah. They just made they made themselves into little triangular prisms.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you're like, oh, put another one on the inside. And I was like, oh, they're going to make another wall. And then they were just in a weird little
Yeah.
pyramid.
I know, they must be so cramped. We haven't heard from them since then. They're not in the rest of
Also,
the episode.
who was that guy that had 6 arms? And why does he have 6 arms?
Yeah, they all have crazy character designs. That's like
Yeah.
are
But
you
I feel like they all still kind of look like people, but this bitch had 6 arms.
Yeah.
We, I like my first time. I never really like remembered them when I think about Naruto, but my first time interacting with them, me and Liam played Storm 4 last night.
Yeah.
On the PS4.
Fuck Storm 4.
Fuck
man.
Storm 4 on the PS4. But I played as the sound people and the gray hair
Yeah.
person.
Sakon. I guess it's
Sakon.
not really spoiler
Yeah.
to say his name.
Fantastic character to play
Yeah.
as. New main.
Should I say their names? Do you
Kisame
want to know?
doesn't have a hat. That's bullshit.
You want to know their names? Teyuyana, that's the girl.
I won't
think so.
remember.
I'm sorry. The way you're saying it is like somebody that's like ruined something for you, and now you're like, well, I'm gonna ruin it all. So you just want me to fucking say
the
it?
big
Like,
guy,
I'm just
the
gonna
big fat
fucking
guy,
say it.
his name's Jirubo. You like that? You want to know that? You want to know that? You want to know?
I like
You want to know the 6-armed,
I
the
fucking wanna
6-armed
know.
guy? I think it's
6-arm guy.
no, it's Kitamaru.
Oh, okay. Well,
Yeah.
I like 6-arm guys better.
Yeah. Well, tough fucking luck, because now you
And
know.
then Liam and I fight.
You said the like and announce.
and get 4 arms.
that.
That
Just
was
like
a lot,
Kitamaru.
Katie. How
Yeah,
do you
okay.
feel being an outsider?
did
on that?
not
I
like
wasn't a fan. Yeah.
I thought that was great.
That was
Well, for
very
those out
odd.
there that didn't want names, no, who gives a shit? Who cares about
This is
anything?
our podcast.
Yeah.
This
Yeah.
is your podcast.
No, hey, group effort. Group effort.
Group effort.
But it's
Yeah.
you.
No.
It's all of
the
ours.
people at home. Which is, do you guys notice that, like, now there's, like, people who specify their age when they send us reader responses?
Yeah,
a
because
lot
we
of
made such
our
a-
people are
official
very
whatever.
young, which is kind of crazy.
So many 10 and 11-year-olds in our reader response
Yeah.
section.
No.
I know.
So
10,
great.
that's a new
I've
record.
definitely
10,
talked
10,
about
11,
all of my
12-year-olds.
body parts on this podcast.
Oh yeah, no, and we've not appropriate
No.
for kids. I mark these explicit. Like I
Naruto's not appropriate for
I mean,
kids.
I think,
It's not.
That's true.
but like, as I've mentioned a lot before, the new generation of kids definitely they like need what we had. So like when we were kids, like we all watched Family Guy, and like we
I
were
did
not
not.
supposed
Weird
to.
Oh
You
my
know,
gosh.
Robot
Could you
Chicken
imagine?
like taught me what the first instance of
What is
like
that?
sex was. Like
Robot
Chicken.
No, I don't know what that is
It's this
either.
fantastic show by Seth Green on Adult Swim. That's
I think
Oh,
I've
I
heard
didn't
of it
really
from
watch
you guys,
Adult Swim.
actually.
Oh, I grew up on Adult Swim. The existence of Adult Swim
I grew
like
up on
burst me
SNL.
as a kid.
That's where I was at.
Well, it's all
So, like,
you-
dick
you
jokes
need,
and-
you need
So-
something that's aimed at adults that you discover as a
Yeah,
kid
yeah,
to
yeah.
like drag you
Exactly.
into-
So these kids are now like these are like the things they watch. Like
There are
hit it.
children
Can you
out
imagine
there.
like when these kids are like in high school and then they're like, "Hey, remember Naruto?"
Well, we've talked about that
Yeah.
before,
Yeah.
but like that's a thing. We're
Well,
creating
yeah.
nostalgia for
Well,
somebody.
Yeah, and that's like so fucking cool.
Yeah.
Like that's
Yeah.
like, insane.
I
Wow.
could cry.
Like
Yeah.
someone's gonna Google us when we like do stuff, and then they'll give us a Goog.
Yeah.
And then
Oh my god, I can't wait for it to be on my IMDb page.
No, literally, and then
Yeah.
they'll see it. Like they'll be like, "What is like Raj, Liam, Katie, Morgan doing right now?" And
Yeah.
it's just
Morgan
like
died.
Morgan died.
Raj
Katie-
died, Liam died, Katie, she's married, has a normal job. Katie's off and just doing
Katie's
life
an art
stuff.
teacher.
Yeah.
You know, in a
Katie does
small
become
town.
just like a small town art teacher.
Yeah.
But it's like
Because
it's
I'm a robot, I can't die.
no, exactly. But like NaruTalk is like it's like one like you were like a shining golden star of like purity.
Silver.
Silver. Oh yeah, you'd be robot. So giant.
Oh,
I thought you meant like you're second place.
You
Oh,
only less. I thought you were like, don't go that far.
No, it's 'cause
Raj.
she's
She's
like-
not
You're a
that
little
great.
generous. You're-
Chrome, I don't know. She's
But,
a
like,
fucking robot. Metal?
It's like when you like discover like one of your school teachers was like a hardcore partier. It's like seeing
Stripper,
like
you know,
yeah.
has a tramp
So
stamp.
like for
Podcaster.
you, like you're a podcaster now. Like
Yeah.
like so when you like teach kids
Oh my
like
God,
their
yeah,
ABCs.
your students are probably going to go back and listen to this.
Yeah.
Weird.
Yeah.
It'd be
too.
strange.
Get ready
Oh
for it.
yeah, but then
not.
like this kind of adds to your clout that you were part of a Naruto. Like honestly, when I was a kid, when like my 8th grade English teacher said like, "Oh yeah, I have a PS4. I play
Yo, right?
Dark
Yeah,
Souls."
yeah.
I was like, "Oh my god."
Any
That's so
like
funny.
kid that you meet in the future, you're gonna be able to be like, oh yeah, when I was in college, you can look it up.
Yeah.
I was on this Naruto comedy podcast.
Exactly.
Yeah.
When I did like Wise in senior year.
YMCA?
No, Wise. I
No,
don't.
Wise
That's
is-
not a normal thing. I
No,
thought that was a
what
normal
is
thing.
that?
Oh, it's a Wise internship program. I don't know why it's called that, but it's just like for the end of senior year, instead of doing school, you do an internship. So.
I wish I had that.
So
Yeah,
two
it's
things.
cool.
First of all, that's insane.
That is
I wish I had
crazy.
that.
I
Yeah.
did
Yeah.
procrastination.
Second,
Oh,
oh,
well,
yeah, me too.
I thought that was.
I
Like,
did fail most of high school
Yeah.
jutsu.
I did naps.
Oh.
Yeah.
Well,
Those
I did an
job
internship.
Also, I'm loving this. This is the most Katie's ever talked. I
Yeah.
just did the best of edit. I listened to everything
Oh.
we've recorded. Katie,
Sorry.
this is I love it.
Okay.
Keep going.
I've never-
Where's Wise? Yeah.
I've never turned this direction. like I always go like this to Raj, and I always like look at Morgan, but I've never gone like this.
Right.
It's like
Unless it's with
I'm
a
over
look
here.
of pure disappointment.
Like you turn, like the cobwebs
just
come
like-
off.
yeah, when she knocks something over and whispers, "I'm sorry," away from the mic, and I'm like, Katie.
It's like
Yeah.
Katie died.
But here
like,
it is.
yeah.
Here we are.
Yeah.
Here's your time to shine.
Yeah,
Yes,
so,
Be the
yeah.
silver star
I thought
that
that
you
everyone
are.
had Wise. Apparently they didn't.
No, I
but
wish.
yeah, but I was like helping. I was the assistant teacher in like the middle school, for like art teachers, and they had to do self portraits. I think the 6th graders did like self portraits, and they had to personalize them. And one kid made it all Naruto, and I didn't know what it was at the time, and now I do. And I'm looking back, and I'm like, oh, those are all the references she was making. But then if I'm the teacher and I like know about Naruto,
Yeah, you
then
could've
I'd be
pulled
like,
it
You're
aside
the,
and been
you're
like,
the
yeah,
coolest
listen to a cool
teacher
podcast.
ever.
Yeah.
I think when it comes to teaching, because I do this with my younger sister all the time, is a lot of artists go through, like, a lot of their first, interest in art comes from drawing anime characters.
Yeah.
But, like, a lot of
Yeah.
people- and that's something, like, in hindsight, I wish I didn't do this to some people, and, like getting bullied for that shit is really easy.
Yeah.
And, like,
Mm-hmm.
my mom bullies my little sister for it. She's like, what do you do? And I'm like, no, Mom, it's art. Like, leave her alone.
Yeah.
And I'll, like, encourage I gave my sister Persona 4 just to build her a really nice aesthetic.
Which I love.
Yeah,
Yes.
Persona 4 Golden is, like, one of the most aesthetically beautiful games, like, ever.
Mhm.
But she's, like, so edgy now, so
Golden?
she
Is
went
that-
to 3, and she's like, oh, when they put the gun to their head, it's so cool. It's like, come on,
Ooh,
fuck.
Yikes.
So edgy.
I know, but Persona 4 Golden is a video game, and it
Yeah,
is so
I know
pretty and
Persona
beautiful.
5. I don't know Persona.
Oh, that's the one I don't. I'm waiting for Royale. I was waiting
Wait,
for the
Persona
Switch
5 's the one
one.
with Joker,
and...
right? Does anyone know?
What?
Persona 5 is the one with Joker.
Joker,
and
yeah,
all
that
yeah,
is,
okay,
yeah.
I know Persona 5.
But anyways, and I think a lot of like in art classes that I took as a kid, just like there would be people who like would draw anime characters like Naruto,
yeah.
and One Piece, and all that shit, and like teachers would be like, this is cool, but it would give them like a skeptical look, like,
Yeah,
oh,
like,
you're going nowhere with
Applying
this.
here, they were like, no anime in your portfolio. Like,
Wait,
like,
did they really say that?
Yeah.
That is so absurd.
Well, I don't know if it was specifically here, but it was like all of the
No
arts that I was
anime.
applying to. They were
They
like, you
hate
can't draw anime.
not realism here.
Yeah.
Which is insane.
At this school, yeah.
Especially for this school.
Which
I feel like
I'm
the
fine
school-
with because I like drawing realism, but everybody else does abstraction.
Yeah, this school's a place where you come to make surreal art. Like,
Yeah.
it's
Literally,
literally
yeah.
This
my
place
portfolio-
is a giant surreal art experience.
Yeah.
In my portfolio, I had a picture where I like it was black and white, but I edited in some color.
Mm-hmm.
And at my portfolio review, he was like, "Oh, did you manipulate this in Photoshop?" And I was like, "Yeah." And he goes, "Oh, we don't like highly manipulated
The
images."
world was just black and
don't
white.
love
There
that.
just happened to be something. Like, what do you mean?
No, he literally was
that's
like,
what
"Did you like paint your
what?
face?" And I was like,
Oh.
"No."
Paint your face black and white.
I'm sorry. what?
Everything, including your eyes. Like,
That's
people-
absurd.
Yeah, that is absurd.
We need to fix our.
As is how fucking off topic we are. So, the Sound Ninja,
Yeah.
which is where we last left off, isn't that crazy? That feels
Oh.
like
I don't know
so
where I
yeah,
long
that
ago.
was so long ago.
They're in a secondary barrier. But, like, the Third Hokage kind of fucks with it. He's like, alright, yeah, me and Orochimaru, one-on-one, alone.
Yeah. And you have 3 spectators.
Yeah,
Yeah.
the
Three
Anbu
Anbu.
commenting outside and just sort of, like, talking
They
about
can't
it.
do
But you
anything.
can't. It's also they're still wearing the fucking masks.
Yeah,
I
Which
wouldn't
one?
take it off.
it's their uniform.
But it makes me question, like,
They're probably ugly, right? Or that's what I'm thinking. They sound a little ugly.
it makes me question if they're gonna like do some big like, the masks are off.
Mm-hmm.
Who is it?
They're all Shikamaru.
I was so not wanting to go out. I'm doing this instead.
But also like, why?
Why are they wearing the masks?
Yeah.
Well, because they're like Black Ops.
I
you
think
know,
it's a
secret-
cool
It's over,
design.
bro. He's in a box. You can't get in. What are you gonna do with your mask on?
I mean, the thing is, like,
What are you
they're
gonna
like,
do with your mask off?
to be fair,
breathe normally.
they kind of have the easiest job where it's
standing
like.
there with mask on.
Well, yeah, because they have to watch either the third Hokage wins or Orochimaru kills him instantly, and
Yeah.
it's like you're not gonna feel anything regardless. Like,
Yeah.
like so they're
This
chilling.
is it for them.
And
they
Kakashi and guy, they're like fighting.
Also,
people.
their masks are picked based on their personas. So, like, whatever furry character they identify with is the animal.
thought you
It's
were
their
gonna say
god
something
furry.
serious for a second. And I was like, oh yeah, that's interesting. Yeah.
No,
And he said
actually,
persona.
surprisingly, like over the break, there's a lot of like furry acceptance going on. Now.
You just.
guys,
God damn it, Raj.
listen.
Roger, you a furry
Are
now?
we really going on
I'm
this
not
tangent?
saying.
Look,
no,
I do want to say, I saw cats over break. I was really high, and yes, it was as hot as I thought
Stop
it was
it!
gonna
No, shut
I'm
up.
terrified. You guys
Best
talked
movie of
about
the
how
year.
hot that trailer was on the podcast, and so I watched the trailer, and it's really not like they're overly sexualizing them that much at all. Like I was
cats
expecting it to be
don't
way
have
more like.
only 2 tits.
Yeah, in the movie, it's overly sexualized. It's crazy how sexualized that movie is.
They look like people,
I
but I,
just
feel
hate
like
James
they're not
Corden.
like.
I just hate everything James
Yeah,
Corden's
he-
I
part
like
of.
James
I don't know.
He was
I
pretty
hate
good
that
in
guy.
Cats. He was pretty good.
I
in
like
Cats.
hate him.
Look,
so
look,
much. I hate soup. I hate beans, and I hate James Corden. That's literally it.
The moral of my story is that Cats is the best furry porn that I've ever watched.
I can't agree
And
with
he's
that.
my
watched
God.
a lot of it.
I've seen a lot. Listen, guys, and I disagree. But well, good art's good art.
Have you seen Cats?
No.
Do you want to get fucked up and watch it? Like no, listen, bro. Deadly serious. I will. Yeah. Rio Radio fucked up. Listen,
yeah.
deadly serious. I swear to God, Raj.
Okay,
Listen to me.
yeah.
Hand to God.
Okay,
Right?
yeah.
I swear to God, it's enjoyable if you're really fucked up.
Okay, word.
It's like very funny
I'm
and weirdly sexy.
I feel like I'd like it though because like I grew up on like shit like Cats.
also them
and,
motherfuckers
like,
can sing. Oh, it's
Well, yeah, because they actually
they're all,
cast
like,
people that
top.
could sing.
I
which is,
just think
like,
it'd be
fine,
funny.
but, like,
I'd probably do because I think it'd be funny because like in this current big like movie season right now, I like the only one I've seen is the Joker, which
In IMAX.
In IMAX, which unfortunately I ended up liking.
Yeah.
Which is scary because the Academy is making people hate it, and they make people who like it feel like shit.
Yeah.
And that makes me feel like shit.
Yeah, the
Like,
Joker is just like, it's a fine movie,
Yeah, and to be
because
fair,
of the discourse around it.
Yeah,
it's
I was
like-
kind of like socially pressured. Glenn's dad bought me a fantastic pasta. It was the plan of the day.
We saw it in IMAX.
in IMAX.
Yeah.
Like, I would love to see Little Women or Uncut Gems
I wanna see
or
Little Women.
like
Yeah, I
Marriage
wanna see
Story.
Little
Uncut Gem slaps.
Yeah, like I would love to see them. Movies. I don't know.
Yeah.
But
Naruto, I do
Naruto's
know.
great. Yeah, Naruto's
And the
great.
third Hokage and Orochimaru run at each other. They do the old run at each other. And the third, he makes the shingles at his feet fly towards Orochimaru like shuriken. Obviously, Orochimaru easily dodges it, and then he transforms his tongue into a snake,
Hated it. Hated
which
it. Hated
so
it.
cool.
Hated it.
shoots
So
forward
So cool.
and chomps down on the third Hokage's neck.
Chomp.
Luckily, third Hokage, he uses substitution. He melts into a pile of mud, and
Which is interesting.
Also made me uncomfortable.
That's
No.
a cool little detail that like there are no trees around because he's in a box, so he can't use a
it's-
log.
It's mud time.
It's mud time.
And the third Hokage seems to, and you'll hear as we go on, but the third Hokage seems to just have lots of mud all the
Just
time.
all the time. I think the houses were
It's
made
his
of mud,
earth,
probably.
whatever.
Oh,
he was
maybe.
talking
Oh,
about.
yeah. Actually, that's not a crazy idea. But yeah, so
Liam debunked.
so the third
Existence
Hokage.
of clay debunked Liam.
Damn it! Damn it! I'm ruined. Podcast over. I'm sick of clay. God, I'm gonna hate Datara, right? For those that know Naruto coming up.
Oh,
it's-
wink, wink.
Wink.
See you in
don't get
200 episodes.
It's another name. It's another name.
Fuck you.
It's another. You want to know more names of people? Do you want whose name do you want to know? I'll say it.
Liam, I want to know your name.
Oh man,
Oh God.
my real name. All right, guys.
He takes off the glasses.
Off the face.
He takes off his
He
face.
goes off my face like Orochimaru.
Yeah.
And I'm another Shikamaru.
What a drag.
We're all Shikamaru inside,
In a way.
in a way.
So Orochimaru lands with his tongue attached to the mud, and then so the third Hokage is not actually the mud. He appears behind Orochimaru, and he uses Earth-style Great Mud River to transform the ground beneath Orochimaru into a mud river.
It's
Obviously.
like Charlie and the Chocolate
And it just like
Factory.
gently pushes
It is.
Orochimaru away.
Yeah, it
that he
just-
like easily just stands still.
Well, see,
through.
I wrote to create a mud river which cascades towards the barrier, sweeping Orochimaru up within. But yes,
Yeah.
he does just sort of bob in the water.
It's so strange.
The third follows this up with, and this is fucking awesome, Earth-style Earth Dragon Bomb, which causes a dragon head to form out of the mud.
Which was
Yeah.
I don't know.
dope.
It
What?
sounded cool, and seeing the dragon was cool, but the way it shot was kind of
it like shotguns
Yeah.
rocks towards Orochimaru. What are
Oh
you
no!
talking
It just
about?
like
It's fucking
looked
awesome.
a little underwhelming with rocks.
And then the third
This is really
combines
cool,
it
yeah.
with Fire Dragon Bomb, which means he exhales a stream of flame that engulf the initial projectiles, and so they ignite Orochimaru, who's just floundering around hopelessly in the earthy torrent.
These were like
So,
huge
he's-
jutsus.
so-
with,
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
lots
Oh my
of,
god, yeah.
like,
So
yeah,
that's
big moves.
I was actually wondering because I keep seeing clips from Shippuden where like everybody is a god.
Yeah.
And I'm like, how are we going to talk about this? But this is so exciting to watch because a Kage level battle is just it's so like when we were in the Forest of Death, it's like, oh, they throw this knife and then they run around in a circle. But this is
yeah, literally.
but this is like, yeah, they make a dragon and then the dragon breathes shotgun, which then he breathes fire
Shotgun, bro.
And then like this is Naruto.
Yeah,
Well,
this
the
is
only
good
thing
stuff.
that I could think was that that's what Naruto wants to be.
Yeah,
Never.
Yeah, I
Like
mean,
the kid himself.
Yeah.
No, I mean he'll get there, but he'll just be sexy about it. Like he'll just be a woman.
I'm
dude.
sorry.
It'll be
become a sexy
titties
juice.
shooting
Yeah.
out
I
rocks.
thought you were just saying that Naruto was sexy.
me too.
so
I
he
mean,
could
hey,
get
listen,
sexy.
maybe when he's like of age and he gets hot or something.
I'm
I don't know.
No.
Listen, I believe in all growth. People gotta glow up. He's an ugly little
That's true.
kid. Right
Naruto
now.
might. He's not glow up for Naruto.
Bro.
You know he
Liam was on
smells
your
like
side and then
cheese.
he
No, exactly, and that's the real glow up, you know? He goes from like a 4 to a 9 without the cheese
No,
smell.
I like maybe like a 3.5 to like a 7.
Because of the cheese?
Yeah.
Yeah, he does smell like cheese though. Right? Like when you look at him, can't
Oh,
you, like,
no, he smells
you
bro.
smell that, right?
Yeah,
like it's like,
100%.
oh god, ew.
His glow up was Axe
Wash.
body.
Sakura has no
Ugh.
smell to me. I feel like a very neutral, just...
Oh yeah, she's exactly.
Oh,
she's
really?
perfect buoyant neutral.
No, I imagine
My
her
brain-
smelling like cherry blossom.
Yeah, exactly. Because
Oh, right.
No,
yeah.
I just feel like...
Sasuke smells
like
nice.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
no,
Old
yeah.
Spice Fiji or something like that.
yeah.
Calvin Klein won.
You know what's funny, dude? I was wearing my Old Spice today, and I hugged a girl from Long Island. She said, "You smell beautiful," and that's like, yeah, that's what a Long Island girl would say to like Old Spice. You know,
that's what a Long Island girl would say.
It's just like Old Spice is like I've been just,
Silver Star.
I've been just looking into like. Just like I don't know. I had like a crush on this girl from Long Island over the break, and it's just like their stereotype. Like I can't do it because like they're into like what a Chad would like a white dude. Mm-hmm. Like what like if you were in the World War II, like you would survive. Like you're an Aryan, bro. Yeah, exactly.
Oh my god. Yeah.
Yeah, pretty much, right? And just like and they're just like into like. I don't know, really basic shit, and like Forever 21 and H&M, and like Old Spice and Axe, and
Boycott like Forever 21.
Are we closed?
They're closing. Forever 21 is awful.
Yeah. Oh wow!
Straight up, just like the fastest fashion.
Oh yeah, I mean that. Yeah, no, most definitely.
But also probably like sweatshops and shit, right?
I mean, but all like
I thought you meant it just went out of style quickly, and you were very angry about that.
No.
My bad.
Remember the episode of iCarly where they have a sweatshop in their basement? Why? What was that?
What was iCarly?
Yeah, why did any of that get approved? Do you remember that?
Mostly foot fetish porn, according
to
that's based on this Dan Snyder guy.
What? Dan Snyder is fucking.
He was like the showrunner on iCarly, and like, he had a foot fetish.
Oh my God, did you
see fucking Brad Pitt call out Quentin Tarantino's foot fetish at the awards?
I didn't. But, like, I defend Quentin Tarantino's foot fetish because that motherfucker's, like, an artist, and, like, if you are into a thing, put it in your shit. Like, I don't care.
I mean, I just...
To an extent.
Yeah, but I, like, if he's being, like, shitty about it, then, like...
Yeah, but he's not.
Yeah, exactly.
I don't know. That guy always look... Quentin Tarantino has this face where it kind of looks like a black hole sucking him in from the nose. And it's kind of like...
He does.
Yeah.
That's the best way to describe it I've ever heard. Thank you. I was going to say, like, a bean, but yeah, it's like a
bean.
But, like, yeah, Brad Pitt just, like, started thanking people for the movie he was in, Tarantino's movie, and he started thanking people's feet specifically, all the actresses' feet.
That's funny.
And then the cameras cut to Tarantino, and he's just not smiling. He's just staring at the camera.
The black hole intensifies.
Literally,
his whole body just sucks
glares,
into his face.
And he, like, nods
He looks like
little.
the fucking sand butthole.
Yeah.
Literally, he becomes a sand butthole.
So, back to... the show. So Orochimaru is all like on fire and shit in that mud river. But it's like it's only an act, you know. So the mud river goes away and then Orochimaru phases out of the tiles underneath. Then we cut to the academy where Konohamaru is wondering, like, because earlier he saw smoke coming from all over the village and he's like, what was up with that? And then also all of the teachers have abandoned the students to leave them to study alone. And here's a note from me. Moegi is drawing this fun little picture of like a ninja or like a lady just in the whatever she's coloring, but little fucking Udon, like the little bitch ass he is doing algebra.
Wait, is he actually?
Oh, yes.
Oh my god.
Yes, I thought that you would have caught that.
No,
it pans over their papers and Moegi's drawing this cute little picture and Udon's doing fucking algebra.
I hate this
little
kid.
fucking bitch.
That nerd.
Also,
what you got?
I think I could be wrong, but he was writing like an equation before they like panned away. And I'm pretty sure he wrote 12 divided by 2 equals 8.
Did you double check?
I didn't.
I do like the idea that Udon's an idiot. That's
but because right as he started to write what the answer was, that's when they panned away, but it looked like he was starting an 8. Because a 6 is very different than an 8.
Oh, but the numbers were in like Arabic numbers, right? Is numbering, is that like a kanji thing in Japan?
I don't know.
It can be, because there are...
But their numbers are like also like spiritual too, like the number 4 like means death or something.
Yeah.
Like
so maybe it's like situational. We are not the experts, so
but,
people talk about that.
I mean, to be fair, for like I think all the Konohamaru scenes, like they're I don't know, like now looking in retrospect, like I like did not like this first one.
Yeah.
But then slowly every time you see one, it becomes more and more severe.
And then when 71 hits,
oh my god! And but just like seeing because I really fucking hate this kid. Like goddamn, I want him shut up. But just like seeing his like actual realization of like. Something's wrong. Oh god. Oh
it's
oh no.
And especially since it ends so powerfully, it's like going back. It's like, oh, this is actually a cool.
Oh yeah, no, the teacher's like doing like, oh my god, yeah.
Yeah. So Moegi and Udon look to Konohamaru for guidance, but they are like distracting themselves. She like breaks her limited edition pencil or something. Like,
that
who
was
fucking
annoying.
cares? It
Also,
doesn't
who
matter.
breaks their pencil that
I didn't have-
way?
Look, Katie, I don't
It
give a
was,
shit
like,
He
about
probably
Moegi.
holds it like a
Vertically-
dummy, like with like a claw hand.
It was like
Yeah,
vertically that, like, I don't.
Because
I don't
Moegi's a
know
fucking
why.
idiot, and so is Udon, and so is Konohamaru for that.
No,
matter.
those kids are
They
stupid.
fucking suck.
Yeah.
And they're talking about who gives a shit, and Konohamaru looks out the window and he sees 2 rainbows in a circle surrounding the sun, and he's
That
like,
was cool.
This
It was really cool.
and he's like, this is weird. What's going on? So we cut back to the arena.
Speaking of kids, by the way, I feel like you should announce. I got hired at the daycare.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, yay!
Ooh, yay.
More Roger Decor.
I know.
It's
Thank
one-
God.
it's-
I was.
just had a
Did you
stroke.
listen to
Yes.
Best of Volume 2?
Halfway through.
It's
I think.
actually, you guys should listen to it too. It's a hell of a saga. You really hear us like grow. It's crazy.
Fuck yeah, I'm gonna listen to it,
But it's your whole daycare journey. That's the only thing.
Yeah, but yeah, I'm I work 1 day a week, which is Fridays, and I'm in the room now with the Tinkerbell girl. Like, so like I'm now gonna have stories with her, but most of that room is also filled with like the most asshole of asshole kids. But now I'm getting paid, so now I
So
can
it's
deal with
like-
them a little more. So now when they
And
call
also,
me gay, it's like
Yeah, they're the ones with the better stories most of the time.
Oh, that is true. I don't know. I'm gonna miss Rock Boy.
I'm gonna miss Rock
Oh,
Boy.
yeah,
Me
that's
too.
true.
He joined you in
Rock Boy.
jail that one
No,
time.
he really did. Solidarity.
Yeah, Rock Boy
man.
was a motherfucking hero.
When it came down to it, he had my back.
Yeah.
But yeah, actually, one of our friends is also at the daycare, and then I didn't know who was in the room or not, if the blue kids graduated or whatever. But when I ran into them, they were like, "Raj, who did you have? Did you have this little girl who was really into Tinkerbell?" I was like, "Oh my god, yes."
For those that don't remember, the Tinkerbell girl, you never know if you're supposed to call her by her name or Tinkerbell. And,
Or God,
Or
or
God,
a werewolf
yeah, I was like,
that
wasn't it God one
steals
time?
money but
I
doesn't.
think it's actually all in the best of episode.
Yeah.
I kept most of the daycare stories. So anyways,
So
Which
good.
is
they're
yeah.
so good. Yeah.
Fair.
If you want a quick cut of that,
I
best
believe
of
that's my
volume
life. Like, I can't believe I lived this.
It's so good.
It's
It's so
strange.
good.
It's-
I can't believe any of us live this.
Any of
yeah,
what's
it's
going
just
on.
crazy.
So back in the arena, Kabuto deduces where the Genin went, and despite his Sound Ninja compatriots' assurances that the kids won't cause any trouble, he pulls out one of those weird little cards on Naruto, and he's like, "Oh, Naruto is not to be underestimated." I don't know. I don't know why Kabuto's not fighting Kakashi. I don't know what's going on there. It doesn't make any sense.
Actually, while we're on
Kabuto does not make any sense.
Yeah.
I just keep thinking of it too much. Can I take a hit of your essential oil? Because I want to know what
Oh
it
my
is.
God.
Okay, well, here's the first question.
Yeah.
Sleepy or vibrant?
Oh my god.
There's 2.
What?
I don't.
Don't go to sleep right now.
This is the
We-
Matrix Vibrant. Yeah,
Yeah.
wake me up. Let me see colors.
Can I hit Vibrant too?
This is crazy.
Okay, but
I-
there's a very specific way you have to do this. And this is good for anybody because when you're technically not vaping, but you are vaping. It's vapors from essential oils.
Yeah.
You can't inhale it
What?
because it like can damage
So it's
your...
like cigar.
Okay.
You inhale it into your mouth,
Word.
and then you breathe in through your nose, and then you exhale through your
I'll
nose.
inhale with you now.
I'm probably gonna end up.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna
I
say.
don't know. I'll
Somebody commentate on my vaping.
Okay, so you're gonna put it in your mouth now, and they are sucking. It is glowing from the bottom.
It looks like a
Sucking.
e-cig, yeah.
E-cig, yep.
And so she's.
Not
Breathe in
inhaling.
through your nose
In through the
and
nose.
out through the nose.
Okay. Okay.
It looks like she's vaping.
Yeah,
It's-
pretty
I
much.
am, just not nicotine.
All right. Yeah, because this is just like
It's just essential oils.
it's just blowing my mind that this is where we're at. It's just crazy.
Those have been around for a long time, buddy.
I'm gonna push through while we do this. We check back in with Sasuke for just like 2 seconds, pretty much just to see that he's like following sand that
That
Gaara is
was-
leaving behind.
Very orangey, citrusy.
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't want to set the fire
It's
alarm. That's right above us.
God, it is.
Yeah. So be careful when you shoot this.
Yeah.
That was a quick Raj review.
Can you?
Oh
when
yeah.
I hit this. Can you read the next thing? It's right at the top.
Well, I hit this.
Okay. Well,
So Sasuke's following Gaara, and then we cut back to whatever this is.
back at the academy, imagine if I read like that. Back at the academy, the faculty decided to evacuate the students under the guise of
He
the
didn't
drill
listen
to
to
keep them safe while simultaneously keeping panic low. On the Chunin exams arena roof, the two combatants agree that it's time to take the safety gloves off.
All right. So it is citrusy. You're right.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, because it's
Am I awake? I don't
ginger,
know.
lemon, and spearmint.
I don't know what I feel.
A little high.
A little. I don't know. Primal.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Primal?
So yeah.
My tongue burns.
So yeah, back at the academy. Oh, Raj already said that. Yeah, they're evacuating the kids. So we're back with Orochimaru and fucking Sarutobi, right? And they're like,
Yes.
yeah, let's get fucking real with this shit. So the third Hokage takes off his robe and his hat to reveal this slick ass black leotard and this samurai-esque headgear.
Where was he keeping the hat? The suit I believe.
Don't know.
Yeah, with the
It
hat.
looks like a bobblehead.
Like a Funko Pop,
Yeah,
bro. Like
because
for
the
real.
black leotard is so tight, and
so
the head thing is
It's
so big.
it's like SNL reference when Justin Timberlake did the thing with Beyonce. He's like, I'm a dancer, and he wears this tight ass black leotard.
Exactly.
Disturbing.
Probably, exactly. And so Orochimaru takes off his robe and shit to reveal that he's still wearing the grass ninja's clothes, I guess.
Oh.
It's no,
Is that the news?
because he runs the Sound Village, right?
Yeah, but when they found the grass ninja, remember their bodies with their faces peeled off? Weren't they wearing that same outfit?
But didn't he like send them? Like no, they weren't
Not the
part of
grass.
them.
No.
Are those just creepy people like that? The grass people are weird.
Yeah,
huh?
yeah, the grass people are weird as shit. But also, so Orochimaru's just crimping this person's style.
I mean, maybe he liked it.
I guess so,
Yeah.
but that's just interesting.
I mean, to be fair, when he wasn't wearing that, he was wearing some like really relaxed bathrobe, like satin sheet thing.
Yeah.
Wee.
So he's either going for as far as he has a clear comfort clothes and a clear work clothes.
Some of your sentences are trailing off. Are you really feeling the citrus thing?
I don't know. I feel everything's brighter. I
Vibrant,
guess.
one might
Everything's
say.
it's just
I have a
okay.
headache, I guess. I don't know what's happening. This is strange. I just can't believe this is like a thing I
Well,
smell.
they're also expensive.
Yikes.
Wow.
Like one of them is $20.
Jesus
So
Christ.
we're smoking that bougie crack.
I'd rather
rock.
inhale paint, for real. That's cheaper, honestly.
Okay, so Orochimaru and the third are dressed for battle.
Why are we inhaling paint? We're at an art school. There's paint everywhere.
Yeah,
what are
it's
we
not
doing?
cheaper, by
That's
the way.
gonna be you who's not on that wave, bro. I don't know what you think I do before we record.
Yeah.
When you have a spray can. Are we doing graffiti work? No.
yeah. No, I was huffing it. So the third and Orochimaru are facing each other down, and the tiles around them start to crack from the weight of their chakra.
Which is cool.
Yeah, even the Anbu outside are like, oh, the air is getting heavy just from their energy.
Yeah.
Orochimaru swears not to go easy on his former teacher, who counters that he might have to send his former pupil back to the academy if his jutsu failed to impress.
That was
Take that,
I don't know,
A little bit of shit talk.
Trash talking.
It was
Between the boomers.
yeah, literally, that was the most boomer thing you could have said.
So they once again rocket forth into combat, and the third initiates the fight by throwing a single shuriken and casting shuriken shadow clone jutsu,
You got
which
it.
causes I know, right? Say that 10 times fucking fast, which causes it to split into thousands of shuriken all at once, all hurtling towards Orochimaru. But the villain deflects the attack.
Of course he does.
With this is big summoning jutsu reanimation,
Yeah.
or Edo Tensei is another name for the jutsu, which causes
More names?
Yeah. I'm
Yeah.
furious. But yeah, it causes 2 caskets marked 1 and 2 to rise.
Oh.
Yeah, that's what those kanji were.
Got it.
To rise from purple portals on the ground and tank the projectiles. Orochimaru announces. Okay, so this is a manga anime difference that is insanely important for the lore, and they didn't know at the time that they made these episodes why it was so important, but I can't really explain it without spoiling a ton of stuff, but this is really important that it didn't happen the way that it did in the anime. So, Orochimaru announces the arrival of a third casket, but even though the third Hokage does clasp his hands and he's like, "Oh, I have to stop a third thing."
Yeah.
But we never see it.
Yeah.
We never see it start to come up or anything. So
Got it.
that's very important.
So remember.
So,
Well, did you have a question?
No, I was just making assumptions that it was probably the 4th.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You would imagine so.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know. But yeah.
It was the
it's
negative first Hokage.
the 0th Hokage.
It's just one of their
Because
moms.
Morgan and I were talking about why didn't he summon the 4th Hokage?
Yeah,
Like that,
and
that was a
in the
discussion we
anime,
had
it
before the
seems like the
podcast.
third Hokage sort of forces it, the casket starts to rise and he forces it back down
Yeah.
with some sort of energy. But in the manga, he also seems to affect it, but we never see the casket, which is
Okay.
important later because there's sort of a retcon to explain why that happened.
Word.
So just Yeah, it just should be said. Anyways, this doesn't deter Orochimaru because he's successfully horrified the Third Hokage. When the front of the caskets fall off, we see why. And like you said, you thought the third one was going to be the Fourth Hokage because inside of the two caskets are the first and second Hokage.
Now, I do have a question.
Yeah.
Did they come back? You may not have an answer. Did they come back as they were when they died or in their strongest state?
In their strongest state?
Because they both look pretty
in their
young.
Strongest state, yeah.
And pretty, like,
I think their
beefy.
strongest state. I don't remember how the first Hokage died. I also don't remember how the second Hokage died.
Pollution.
He went to Australia and the whole thing's on fire.
They look like how they look on that, like, Mount Rushmore thing.
Yeah, so presumably in their strongest state, yeah.
We hope our Australia listeners are okay.
Oh my god, yeah, actually a lot of people from Australia do listen. Like, seriously, like...
I hope you're all safe.
Fuck, man. Like,
yeah, we're sorry that's happening.
Yeah, fuck your prime minister. I'm so sorry.
Yeah, fuck that dude.
Like...
save the koala if you can.
Save yourself, too, though.
Yeah.
If you
Like,
listen to the
drink
podcast.
some water.
Oh, yeah.
Drink some water and then give it to a koala.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm so sorry, though, really.
Yeah, that really sucks.
So anyways, back at the academy, the students are marched out of the building, and Moegi and Udon bitch about the evacuation drill. Moegi wonders why Konohamaru has been so quiet all day, but he's simply focusing on trying to figure out what's really going on. He can tell from the look on Iruka's face, and from that rainbow in the sky, that things aren't what they seem. Then, we get a flashback scene of him walking with his grandfather, and we see a similar phenomenon, the two rainbows around the sun, and the Third Hokage explains that even though they're beautiful, rainbows used to symbolize snakes and the coming of a great evil.
That was a real vibe killer, Grandpa.
Yeah.
You're an asshole
Also
for
a
that.
little bit on the nose.
Yeah, like
Yeah.
just a little too much.
Back above the Chunin arena, we see this great evil take action. The first and second Hokage step forth and remark on how old the Third Hokage has gotten. Because obviously, they must have known him when he was like really young. That's interesting.
Yeah, it was weird seeing them talk.
Yeah,
like,
right?
He's like, oh, you look so fucking
This
old.
is hella lore shit that we're getting.
Yeah.
It just felt a little
Yeah.
sad.
Yeah.
Just like, oh my god, Third Hokage's face. Like,
Yeah.
it hurts.
The third laments having to face off against his predecessors, considered the greatest shinobi in Konoha history.
Yeah.
Beyond the village borders, Sakura has filled her teammates in on what's going on. And then, so the group is just racing through the forest following Pakun, who is tracking Sasuke's scent. Meanwhile, a group of 8 sound ninja depart from the Leaf Village in pursuit of the Genin. And that's the end of episode 69. We're just gonna push through because this is the longest we've ever taken to talk about one episode.
How
This is
far are
let's
we
keep
in?
going.
we should talk fast.
Okay.
Sasuke continues to hurry after the wounded Gaara, who is carried by Kankuro, and also Tamari's there. Shikamaru complains about being brought along to help stop the Uchiha, as it's likely to be some time before they reach him. Basically, Sasuke is just moving very fast. But Sakura reminds Shikamaru that he's there at the behest of Kakashi himself.
Good word.
What, behest?
Yeah.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Suddenly, Pakun picks up the scent of those sound ninja from the end of the last episode, chasing them. And he's like, I detect 2 4-man squads, and also there's a 9th person as well. So, to throw off the enemy, the group stops and walks backwards over their steps
What cartoon
to, like,
was that,
create
man?
the illusion that they
Disappeared.
vanished, I guess. I don't know.
That was like some real video game logic.
Yeah, and
No,
then
it was like high-key, like, Scooby-Doo shit.
It
Yeah,
was.
exactly,
Yeah, there's
yeah.
always Scooby-Doo shit in the show for some reason. Naruto takes way longer than everyone else, but eventually they all ascend into the trees, and their Terrarian markings leave seemingly a dead end. But when the Sound Ninja reach the point, like, very shortly after, they're not fooled at all. They're immediately like,
Because
they went
one
to
of
the
them
tree.
is cutting up trees as they go.
Oh yeah, he's leaving
Because
arrows.
I just thought he was just weird that he just did that.
I think he's leaving them for the 9th person.
Yeah, because he's because they want to make sure they're not going in circles. Because that was like a big thing that keeps happening.
Oh yeah.
Especially in like the Forest of Death, they just like got in a circle.
It's true.
For a while.
Yeah, that bit where they fought the centipede and then they just walked around its corpse for an episode.
literally.
The show is so weird.
Yeah.
Pakun confirms that the Sound Ninja are indeed not at all slowed down, noting that the group should prepare to be attacked while they continue to leap through the trees. Shikamaru worries that as their assailants are likely all Chunin level or higher, the squad will inevitably be wiped out in direct combat. So, Naruto suggests that they ambush their foes, and Sakura quickly agrees that this strategy may give them a fighting chance, but Pakun shoots the idea down. The Sound Ninja are henchmen of Orochimaru, and so they're all likely to be Jonin. That is not good for them.
No.
Naruto
It's
and
good
Sakura.
for the little man with the soft paws.
no, it's not.
No,
Yes,
it's
it
not.
is.
He'll be murdered.
Nope.
And
he's
they
got
won't
soft-
feel his
they
paws.
They can't murder him. He's got soft paws.
You can't kill me, bro.
You can't kill a man with soft paws.
Well,
You can't.
you wouldn't hit a guy with soft paws, would you?
And you won't touch him either. I get it. It's fine.
That's great. Naruto and Sakura are confused.
What was that?
I don't know. That's my Pakun voice.
My first ever opening, I was just like,
Yeah, you were.
what was wrong with me?
I didn't put that one in the best of.
Yeah, it was not. It wasn't the best of.
I
It
was
was
like,
the worst.
Massive Raj.
No, it was. I was like, and as always, it was like our third episode, and I was like, and I'm also joined by my co-host Raj, and he just goes,
Yeah, I just.
and then I was like,
Brain
and
shut off.
Emma, and she called you out. She was like, okay, I'm not gonna gag, but I'm Emma.
I miss Emma. We should
that how
get
Emma
Emma
sounds?
back.
Emma voice.
That's a great Emma voice.
Yeah, we should have Emma on. She'll come on.
She'll come on.
So Naruto and Sakura, they're confused. So Shikamaru is like, hey, even though ambushes are usually pretty effective, they still have to meet two conditions to be successful. Basically, the ninja on the run from the pursuers have to be moving basically completely silently, and also they have to be able to catch their foes off guard, deal a lot of damage very quickly, and then conceal or escape just as quickly.
He breaks it down and he calls it pursuit jutsu, which
I'm about to get to that.
Yeah.
Yes, that's so fucking dumb.
that's not real.
Yeah, so though it would seem that because they have both Pakun's nose and the home field advantage that they'll be fine, Shikamaru's like, no, because they were trained by Orochimaru,
and they know everything.
and they know pursuit jutsu.
Yeah,
Pujutsu.
that's
You-
stupid.
First of all, good combination of words. However,
yeah,
you can't just put jutsu at the end
You
of something.
just-
Why not?
Because it's not, that's...
I think you could have just left that the cool detail of
are they doing?
that Orochimaru was a leaf ninja.
Yeah, so he would have trained them on the terrain.
Okay.
This guy grew up here.
Sexy harem jutsu. Sexy harem. That's all it is.
No,
Shadow clone jutsu.
Okay.
He does
Make
something.
each
He
other.
But-
becomes
yeah.
something else. Like pursue
But it is a
jutsu,
jutsu.
and now you're pursuing. Why is it a jutsu?
Because they had to learn how to do it.
but what is
They're
the
not
power?
doing.
Oh,
There's
it's
no
just chasing.
power. Yeah, it's just running.
I can do it.
Okay.
Yes, Katie. Yes, you
Okay.
can. Believe it.
Silver Star!
Okay. But you have to look at the difference between genjutsu and ninjutsu and all this stuff.
But that's
No,
Genjutsu,
but
ninjutsu,
it's not like
taijutsu,
punch
pursuit
jutsu.
jutsu.
Like that's not
my favorite.
taijutsu.
It's like when they teach you the forms of matter. There's liquid, solid, gas, plasma.
Yeah.
and they
Okay,
don't
no.
teach
Okay,
you
but-
plasma.
No, but okay, what?
So, I really hope you enjoy that sound I just made. It's because you have to, it's not like, oh yeah, you're just following somebody, but you have to learn how to be incredibly quiet and stealthy.
Yeah.
And also fast.
But I'm just saying,
So it's still, it's not like they're just walking behind him and then they're like, boo. They have to
but that's just how ninja move in this world.
not always. Have you met fucking Choji? He's just like, crunch, 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 crunch. They'd be like, what is that
He doesn't know
sound?
pursuit jutsu.
I feel like pursuit jutsu is a little bit of a
Yeah, I
fucking
think it's
cop out
stupid.
in terms of naming things. Anyways,
I mean, it's a
Definitely.
terrible name. But it is what it is.
I wouldn't name my kid Pursuit Jutsu.
I'm glad. That's
I
good.
think
I
you
just
should.
wouldn't. I'd name it Fireball Jutsu. That would be
Or fire dragon.
Yeah, yeah.
Whatever it was.
that'd be cool.
Dragon
Or
flame
earth-
bombs or whatever the fuck. Yeah.
Dragon bomb. That's what it was.
Sexy Jutsu. Let's name my kid
I named my kid Sexy Harem Jutsu.
Oh, I hate that.
I mean, for the first 18 years of his life, we'll hate it too. I mean, that'd
Yeah.
be weird.
Yeah, but then once he's 34, he'll be like, yeah, I'm Sexy Harem Jutsu.
But you can call me Sexy Harem for sure.
Okay,
Hey,
so...
That would make more sense.
Hey.
It's just sexy.
No.
You can call me
No.
sexy.
That's the
You
whole
can call
point.
me
It's a
Sexy
stupid
Harem.
fucking name.
No, he'll say you can call me sexy, but he'll just be really nonchalant about it. Like they'll be like, oh hey sexy, and go, oh hey guys.
But he won't even get that it's a thing. He'll be like, or you can call me sexy, and they're like, why am I even calling you sexy? And he's
Yeah.
like,
Ugly.
because it's my
gross.
name.
It's my name. Yeah, like, what's wrong?
What's wrong?
with you? So,
I met a guy
anyways,
named
Like, hey, I'm
Ash
sexy.
Burns once, and that's been literally burned in my
Badass
brain. That's
name.
such a cool name.
Yeah.
He bought 50 pairs of women's underwear. I don't know why.
What?
Yeah, that's why I remembered him. Besides the cool name, that's what
Where
he did.
were you?
At Kohl's.
Oh, right.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah.
I worked at a Kohl's for
I
a
was
while.
like, why did you know what he just that?
Yeah, I was
I
like,
know.
what, did you just see him walking by with a
With
like
50
a with like
yeah, like,
stack
what?
carrying them
I
like
don't
he's
know.
balancing
there
them?
was a clearance sale, and there
Oh,
was
well, because they were on clearance.
I mean, I guess.
What would you buy 50 pairs of women underwear full price, Raj?
I wouldn't.
Nowhere. Women's underwear expensive.
Yeah.
Yeah. And just no one in the store. Then he just appeared and he said, "My name is Ash Burns, and here's what I'm buying."
My name is Ash Burns, and I need 50 pairs of
Oh,
women
you
underwear.
you didn't wait. I'm confused. You didn't know him like outside of the time that he bought 50 pairs of women's underwear?
No, he gave me his ID because he signed for a Kohl's
He was
card
working
too.
at Kohl's.
You
No, but
roped him into
I
that
assumed
shit?
it was
Yeah.
like somebody. I assumed it was like somebody he went to school with who also bought 50 pairs of women's underwear.
No,
from
this
the
is
Kohl's.
like a
Oh, no.
54-year-old man. Like
Makes it worse.
No.
Yeah. No.
Like it's not like an asshole like high school kid that's like, I'm gonna buy 50 pairs of women's underwear and wear them
Yeah,
all
no.
on my head.
He's very serious about this.
It's like
Ash
an
Burns
old
takes it very
no,
creepy
seriously.
man.
like he's definitely like going to his basement or something.
Yeah.
Scary!
Yeah.
He's building a fort.
Or a
He's a
cult.
listener.
Or a cult.
Maybe he's a listener. I hope
Hey,
so.
Ash Burns, if you're listening,
I'll be in the cult.
yeah, donate your women's underwear. Do you guys need any? I don't
Katie
know.
does.
What am I saying?
No, I now
I
have so many that I
might
don't
need
need
some,
because
yeah.
I forgot all of
You-
them.
I
coming
might
home
need
from break.
some. I
They're
don't
not
know.
comfortable.
I wouldn't want them for
We'll
comfort,
see.
but. Anyways, Naruto
Yeah,
and Shikamaru.
Yeah, I got
or
you.
Dog paws.
Shikamaru sort of like roasts everybody. He's like, hey, you all suck, and so do I. But he's like, oh, but there is one way that we could be successful, and that's if one of us stays behind as a decoy, which should delay the sound ninja long enough for the rest of us to get away.
Epic.
However, he really emphasizes that whoever stays behind is probably going to die.
Like
Fuck.
really
Yeah.
emphasize it.
Yeah, because it goes silent for a while, and then everybody stops.
Well, to be fair, I think it's like really powerful because it became this thing where, again, like Shikamaru being a part of the squad now is very rare and like a
Yeah.
one-time thing. So when he says someone's gonna die, it's like, oh god, this is why he's on the
Yeah.
main squad right now.
Oh god,
he's
he
expendable.
just came to die.
He literally just came to die.
Oh shit. So they stop and they're letting it sink in, and then after a moment, Shikamaru's like, so who's gonna do it?
Yeah.
Obviously it can't be Pakun because he has to track Sasuke's scent.
See, in my head, I immediately was like, "Oh, they brought the dog.
That's-
they,
yeah, I
they
thought the
randomly
dog-
introduced
yeah.
this character so that
Right.
they can just kill him."
But it literally can't be him because
Yeah.
he's following
They
Sasuke.
explained that, and I was like,
The
"Oh,
whole
okay."
Sasuke thing is such a B story.
I know!
Yeah.
One of these kids is going to die
Yeah.
to tell Sasuke to slow down.
It's literally
That's a
yeah.
waste.
And also,
Also-
they also stop moving. That's
I
like
know.
the worst thing you could have done.
Their
Yeah.
whole thing is that they're being pursued. Why would you stop?
They're using pursuit
Yeah.
jutsu. They made things up for you to be hunted. Like, you gotta go.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
when they were leaving, Kakashi was like, as long as they don't go too far away, like they'll be fine. And that was so ominous. And when is that gonna come back?
Yeah,
They've just been
it's-
running for like a whole episode.
Yeah.
Also,
I feel like the
how
dog's just
far
gonna
is
disappear. Like
how far is too far?
And why didn't they tell them that?
Also, what if they go too far and they still haven't gotten to Sasuke? What if Sasuke has gone too far?
Exactly.
What if they've all gone
What
too
if-
far?
Yeah.
What if he's out of the range of far enough?
Yeah, tell them where too far is and tell them that there is
They
a
shouldn't
possible
go there.
Yeah. Why did Kakashi not tell
Clearly,
them that?
Kakashi did not think this
He
through.
doesn't care.
Maybe Kakashi should have fucking gone.
Yeah.
Instead of the fucking
Instead
dog.
of apparently doing nothing, because Kabuto's still there just talking
I'd
to
like
the
to-
Guy
guy.
has it unlocked.
I'd like
Like,
to imagine
yeah,
that
literally.
Kakashi's just standing there like, oh, fuck, I gotta do laundry.
I have this book to
There's
read.
still that giant snake elsewhere in the Leaf Village. The Kage and fucking Orochimaru are fighting
forgot about the
outside.
snakes.
I
The
totally
snakes,
forgot
yeah.
about the
Yeah,
snakes.
Snakes
remember the
killing
three
people.
giant snakes elsewhere? Like, this shit
The
is...
whole village is like burning.
Yeah, it's like
and
11
Kakashi's just like,
9/11s happening all at once.
No,
and
wait, no,
Kakashi is
actually,
just like...
dude, no, actually, I was thinking about that. So, like the kids right now in the school are experiencing like a 9/11 like level
Yeah.
thing right
Yeah.
now. That is that's
I know.
so
Well,
freaky.
because everybody's like, okay, we've never done this before. What the fuck do we do?
Yeah.
And the kids are like, this is stupid
This is
because
so
they don't understand
weird.
they're too young, but their parents are probably like,
Also, they
oh
haven't
my
been
god.
told.
Well, yeah, because why would you tell a child like, oh, you
Exactly.
could die in like
Yeah.
a
Just
couple
so
minutes?
you know,
So
an
they're gonna be
S-level
in college
terrorist
and
is
it's gonna be
about
like,
to
where
kill
were
your
you when they
grandpa.
But honestly, yeah.
Now, why don't you color with those limited edition pencils, you little
Yeah,
bitch?
You little bitch.
Go do some math. Don't take your mind off
Crazy.
your
So,
dad.
anyways, there's like a tense silence between the three who could sacrifice themselves, and like everybody's. And Naruto tries to be like, "I'll do it," but then Shikamaru cuts him off, and he's like, "Hey, listen. Because of my shadow possession jutsu, which was actually invented as an ambush tactic, I might actually be able to delay the enemy and survive." Don't know why he didn't lead with that.
You
Yeah.
sound far too thrilled when you're
I
saying
just
that.
but the thing is, I know. I like to just take a lot of slack off Shikamaru because the thing is like he's just so lazy. So it's like the reason he didn't just lead into
Yeah,
it is because
yeah.
he was just like, maybe there's a chance.
Yeah, I know.
And
Maybe
one
they'll
of
have a
you-
better idea.
Well, maybe he was hoping that Sakura would volunteer because he'd be like, she can die.
Yeah.
I would rather not put in the effort.
I really would.
Or
and
the dog.
This Naruto
Well, yeah.
kid has like a whole thing in him. Apparently,
Yeah.
he has 2 chakras.
He's got like this whole business.
Yeah, so he could probably. He's a main character.
So yeah,
He's a main character.
They can't
It's his
kill
They
show.
just can't hurt him.
he beat Neji. Clearly, he's got main character
Yeah.
something going on. I don't want to mess with
Can you
that.
I
imagine
can't.
he's like totally in on it? Like there's no fourth wall for him. He's just like,
Shikamaru.
yeah.
If
he's just
anybody is the Deadpool of the Naruto
Oh,
universe,
it's Shikamaru, 100%.
Yeah.
He's just like, send Naruto because they won't kill Naruto.
They just
and
can't
so then
hurt
no
him.
one will die.
So just keep getting his ass beat and get back up with motivational speeches. Like,
Yeah.
it's just
Yeah.
not a
But
thing
also,
for him.
there's a possibility that they catch up to Sasuke and Gaara, and then they have to fight all 3 Saiyan siblings
Oh,
at once.
yeah, there's just-
which would be horrifying.
Yeah. So
I would
there's
do
really
that.
no. When actually, I watched this weird video online. It's like, so there's like this fucking like a warthog, and
Me.
it's just like on like this sandy thing, and behind it is water, and in front of it is like a pack of hyenas.
Me.
You gotta
And-
stop saying me.
And then they're just doing the warthog doesn't know what to do.
You.
It's moving. Oh my god.
Funny.
And it's just like, and then you're just like, oh, what happened? Suddenly, boom, alligator from behind in the water.
Oh my
Eats the
gosh.
fuck out of it, right? Crazy. They just with the alligator. And that's what's happening to Shikamaru right now.
Wait,
is
did
that,
I just have a stroke?
Yeah.
boom, alligator.
You were too focused
It's
on
all
saying
of-
me
it's all
that
the
you
oil
did not
you've been
understand
smoking.
anything.
Oh, speaking of Reddit, that was on Reddit. We have a
Oh,
subreddit,
okay.
by the way, now. NaruTalk,
I didn't know, I'm sorry.
r/NaruTalk.
Really?
Yeah, I've had it for a while. I had the ability to make a subreddit. So
Oh
I
yeah,
just-
did we talk about this? I
Yeah.
think we talked about
We talked
this.
about maybe making it, but I
But
don't
I feel
know.
like
I
we
just
also
made it.
talked-
We actually have, besides me, one other person subscribed to it.
I'll
so
subscribe to it. I'll do it
yeah,
right now.
please.
You're on Reddit?
I mean,
Of course I'm on
the
Reddit.
thing
I
is,
smoke
like,
essential
maybe
oils.
I think in the heart of hearts, I didn't want to advertise too much because I run that and I don't like responsibility. So like, the more people who join, like now that we have like
If I
10
just post in it, you don't have to like do anything, right? Like if I just post.
Oh no,
like,
yeah,
like,
no. I just don't like having
Okay, yeah.
power.
But come to r/
But come to NaruTalk and force me to have
Yeah.
responsibilities. And like, I don't know. I just think the idea of like people asking us questions or filming communities, or like if you throw fan art on there, if you throw anything on
be
the
so
subreddit,
fun.
we will see it.
Yeah.
Like fan art, questions, I'll personally answer.
Wait,
like I'll
what did
do
you say
whatever.
it was?
r/NaruTalk.
Show me because I don't know how to use Reddit.
Sorry, just
so
go,
I wouldn't
just
notice
stay in the
it, but
Discord.
I want to see.
You don't need to.
You're not a Reddit gal.
I want to.
But yeah, if you ever wanna contact us fully, like if like or you want to just like call me gay or something, subreddit, do it. Yeah,
Come bully me, please.
come.
Don't
I
bully
don't
me.
care.
So Naruto.
I do
Sakura-
care a little. Please don't hurt my feelings.
Yeah, no, actually, don't. You wouldn't bully Raj. You love
Yeah.
him if you listen.
Yeah.
You can bully me.
No, don't bully it. Keep the Reddit positive, please. What am I doing? Yelling at the Redditor? They haven't even joined yet.
I joined. I'm gonna bully myself.
So Naruto, Sakura, and Pakun leave, and Shikamaru like waves a silent goodbye as Sakura.
I love that.
Yeah, it's
so
badass.
much. I just I really like Dark Souls. It's like my favorite game
Yeah,
ever.
yeah.
And like before he goes into the night guy in the trailer, he does it, and that's like
Exactly.
when I die, I'm gonna do it. Even if I'm on my death bed, I'm just gonna be like, peace,
Stand up
guys.
really quickly.
I was on my bed, just like, oh, there I go. Like, I just love
Yeah,
that.
Sakura like prays for his safety silently. Then the Sound Ninja, who are still marking those arrows in the trees, they're gaining really fast, and so we cut forward a little bit in time, and Pakun's like, "Hey, they're still gaining really quickly. What is? Maybe he stopped trying." And Sakura's like, "Oh shit, maybe he ran away."
That's I didn't like that because they like emphasized the whole one of us is gonna die,
Yeah.
and the idea that they're still being pursued. You guys think he's not dead? Like no one thought about
Oh
that.
yeah.
That's so
Like
funny.
he could have gotten bulldozed by 9 Jonin.
Yeah, maybe he
Maybe
did
he was
run
a
away. Maybe
lazy
he
piece of
died
shit.
instantly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This guy is pretty like
No,
sped
but
right now.
Naruto's like, he wouldn't betray us. He'll come through.
Sakura's like the definition of like hopes and prayers. Like
Yeah.
that's it. Like she's
Oh
so annoying.
no.
Like literally is what she is.
So
You ruined my thought.
we see Shikamaru slouched behind a tree and he's looking at the clouds again. He's like, man, I wish I could just float away. Then the Sound Ninjas stop on the forest floor and they analyze the footprints and they're like, oh, they're irregular. They must be anxious. But before they can start following them again, all 8 of them are frozen because Shikamaru appears before them and he does his shadow
Yeah,
projection.
So
he
good.
does.
Freezes them in an instant. Bam! So he's like, yeah, I'm tired and like I'm a little, but we're not weak. because I used this bundle of sticks to fake Pakun's paw prints, and like now you're in the jutsu, bitch. So.
And they were just like, oh man, we fell for this shit. Like,
Yeah,
really?
Yeah,
He's, like,
they
dying.
were like, oh man, we fell for your shadow paralysis jutsu, and he's like, boomer, it's not even called that anymore.
Go with the
shadow
times.
possession jutsu.
Like,
you
we'll complain about that.
Even though Shikamaru's like keeping up a brave face, though his shadow wavers. His chakra is still heavily depleted from when he fought Tamari, which was earlier that day.
Yeah. Whoa.
But that's like kind of annoying how like chakra like what refill is all very character situational because like if you were Naruto, you could have like 6 fights in a row and you just keep getting up. But like Shikamaru has
Naruto's
one
got
fight.
the boost of the Nine Tails.
Well, that, but like just like in general, like when a character needs chakra, they have chakra, and when they like this is just a really weird cop out.
Well, it's because you need to have a healthy diet and you need to stay hydrated and you need to
He
get enough
just
rest.
has like a shit diet. For
Shikamaru's
sure.
diet is mostly cigarette ash.
Yeah.
And,
oh
like,
my god. I
like-
did that for like a week straight. It's like not the worst thing ever.
Just smoke cigarettes to survive.
Yeah, I don't know. My mom's cooking is really bad, so like to get it off my mind,
Gosh.
I would just like go smoke a cigarette and just like
It's so not good.
I don't know. Hey, dude, I had great
I'm
walks.
very
I
worried.
had great
Listen,
walks.
dude. It was just one pack, right?
Just one.
And I really no, seriously, I
It
don't
used
think.
to just be one cigarette.
I think for like a
Yeah.
hot second, I think I did have a nicotine addiction for
Um,
like one quick
God.
second. But then when I like really did smoke those cigarettes, I was like, it's not the nick I like, it's smoking the cigarette part that I like. I like
you like
having
looking cool.
That is true. But the oral fixation part, or just like smoking, I like smoking things. I didn't have a fun time smoking that essential oil, but I like smoking it, you know? Like,
You should get one. They have a bunch of different flavors. You should get one that's more your speed. Like
I might just stick to
tobacco
the
and
carts
sadness?
because like the carts are gonna like get me high and kill me, which are like two positives.
Yeah,
think.
no, I mean, I
There's
love
just
cars.
yeah.
Yeah.
Please don't smoke them.
Yeah, no,
Please
don't.
do not.
Yeah.
Like, don't jewel.
Yeah, Shikamaru is
Yeah.
like, he's low on chakra. He draws out a handful of shuriken and kunai, one in each hand, or a handful in each hand. And he's like, oh, okay, so there's 8 ninja in front of me, but I know that there's a 9th one because Pakun said so. So this 9th ninja must be trailing behind these 8 to counter an ambush, which sucks for him. So to draw out that 9th ninja, he throws all of the projectiles at the 8. Risky, because remember, if they take damage, he takes damage in the Shadow Possession thing. We learned that in the Tamari fight. And but yeah, the projectiles are deflected because there's a ninja in the tree to Shikamaru's right that threw stuff to protect
It's
against
like
them.
a really smug laugh.
Yeah,
which is
you
weird.
didn't see the ninja?
No,
You
I just
heard
see
it,
the
and
tree
he was
just like, like you didn't hear
But
that.
also, I forgot how smart he is.
Shikamaru?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, he's fucking brilliant.
Like, I forgot that was like a whole thing. Where they were
Everybody
like, he's
loves-
actually like brilliant. So like,
Everybody
don't
loves
underestimate
Shikamaru. I think that's like a like he's
I
like,
do.
Arguably like one of the best like things.
yeah.
I think I'm a
Yeah.
Shikamaru girl.
I think I'm a Shikamaru girl as
Yeah.
well. But fucking that's what you call the episode. Everybody loves Shikamaru.
Everybody loves Shikamaru.
Historically, everybody loves Raymond. Raymond graduated from my high school.
Really?
Yeah.
Wait, Ray Romano went to your high school?
Yeah.
That's fucking
that's
awesome.
insane.
And Fran Drescher of the Nanny, which is like crazy.
Way
that
more
she's,
excited
like,
about that one.
Yeah.
I love Fran Drescher.
she's so cool. Like literally so cool.
That's fun.
Oh no.
So Shikamaru tries to like send a shadow tendril up the tree that the little chuckling dude is in to
okay,
capture
Morgan?
him.
I have to sneeze.
Oh god.
Do you want to pause for a
No, it
sneeze
just won't
break?
come out.
Okay.
Oh, that's even worse.
Yeah, and that's like I want to be like, yo, Liam, wait, I'm gonna sneeze, but I can't. I don't know when it's gonna happen.
I'm so sorry.
Yo, I had I had a girl in my room recently.
Did she sneeze on you?
No, she was just looking at my art wall, and it's hard to explain seasoned testicles to someone.
That's on your wall.
I have like they drew a little book of it,
Yeah.
Katie and Morgan, and then I have it hung up, and she's just like, what is seasoned testicles, Raj? And then you open it, and there's like a drawing, and it's just
And directions in
Yeah.
case you ever need to season testicles.
yeah, and then it wasn't good. And then they'll see like the Raj hates everyone in Naruto post it that I have there too, and I'm not really like building myself up as a cool person. Like Glenn gave me this poster saying like I
Yeah,
want children.
you talked about that
yeah,
one
I
before.
just like I'm sending a lot of mixed signals on who I really am as a
But
person.
I feel like if they
That's
don't
so
think
funny.
you're cool just by who you are,
Yeah,
then
Raj.
they don't need to be in your
If they
life.
don't like who you really are, they're not your
'Cause
real
Raj,
friend.
you're
Guys, I don't
You're
care
like
who
the coolest
likes
person
me.
I know.
No, I don't know. I think the coolest
Name
person.
one person that is cooler than you that I know.
Anne Hathaway. I would literally die for Anne Hathaway. Would you know? Can you get me in contact with her? You're both theater kids.
Raj
Like,
Raj thoroughly believes that you know and are friends with Anne
Is
Hathaway.
that because I'm skinny and have brown hair?
I do look a little like Anne Hathaway, TBH.
I'm in love with Anne Hathaway.
Are you in love with me?
I don't know. I just like, I don't know. Every time my mind needs to wander over the break, I would just think about Anne Hathaway.
Like, but
Interesting.
which Anne Hathaway? Les Mis Anne Hathaway?
I haven't seen Les
the only
Mis,
one
but
I
was she in Princess Diary?
Yeah.
Yeah, Princess Diary, Anne Hathaway. There's this movie
Even
where
though she hasn't aged.
no, oh my gosh, she's like a fucking Victorian painting, like straight up. She is
Wow,
so
Raj is
beautiful.
so in love.
Yeah.
I'm
This is
really
great. I
into
didn't
Anne
even know about
Hathaway.
this. This is
yeah,
wild.
no, she's like my celebrity crush. Like I love her.
Huh. Well, she's a
All
white woman.
right.
So,
She's what?
anyways, Shikamaru tries to send a shadow tendril up to that tree for the 9th ninja, but he doesn't have the stamina, like straight up. Yeah.
Stamina.
So the sound ninja recognize that Shikamaru's at his limit, and they're like, haha, bitch, death is coming for you soon. And then at this, Shikamaru sighs, and he looks at the sky, and he does this monologue, which I fucking love.
I love it
He's
so
like,
much.
all I ever wanted was to be an average shinobi, making average money,
Yeah.
married to an average girl, not too ugly, not too pretty. I wanted to have a son and a daughter and I wanted the daughter to marry and the son to become a ninja so I could retire with my wife and just play board games and then die before her.
Yeah.
Shikamaru's nihilistic look
Wait.
is just one of my favorite things in
He's
the
so-
world.
But that might feed into our theory that his mom died.
Because he doesn't want her to die before him because he's seen what it does.
Yeah.
Bum, bum, bum.
Dude, that's crazy.
I
He's
just-
always thinking like there's something.
I just want to say that, like, the NaruTalk ShipPodcast is the greatest piece of Naruto media currently coming out because it's us versus Boruto, and fuck Boruto.
Fuck Boruto.
Man, I've been defending that manga since day one,
Yeah,
and
you
the most
have.
recent chapter fucking sucks ass.
That is
It's getting
terrible.
worse. I'm fucking sick of it. So we are Naruto now.
Yeah,
We are Naruto.
Yes.
We are Naruto.
So, our headcanon is canon. I
Literally.
declare it.
Oh, oh, oh.
Morgan,
Did you get a cramp?
No, Morgan put tape all around her neck.
What are you
Yeah,
doing?
of
Decided
course
to
it was
rip
stuck
it
to your
off
hair.
in the middle of the podcast.
It's just stuck to my neck.
Did you
Oh,
see
yeah,
Morgan had a
neck
bunch
is
of hair
sensitive.
on her neck?
I
No, on the
do.
back of her neck.
Oh.
What?
Um,
Do I have a hairy back of my neck?
Everyone does, no?
Hey,
Your
listen,
hair
listen.
gets stuck there. You
It didn't go
hair.
around my
Focus,
Oh, I thought
focus,
it did.
focus in. Guys, huddle.
We're playing football.
Yes, football.
I played flag football in 9th grade, and we huddled, but my team was that like ragtag group of kids who were not athletic and we were stupid. So every time we'd huddle, they'd give us like a team captain who was like a senior of the class who was like really about football. So when we would huddle, we would just go like, all right guys, we're gonna go there, we're gonna suck a lot of dick, we're just gonna like, we're gonna get down, we're gonna bend over.
What do you think? That's a normal football huddle.
Pretty much, yeah. And then, my favorite technique ever, undefeated. This is how we got like 3rd place in the league. It's called the brick wall. So when they hut the ball or like hike it or fuck, I don't remember football. When they hike the ball, we just don't move. we just stand still and it breaks them.
You just
don't
don't
know if
play the
that's
game, and they're like, "What's going on?"
No, literally, they get so frustrated. Then we just like, and someone just goes yoink, and then just runs.
Yoink.
Just don't move.
The football day where the football
Yeah,
came
yeah.
from, that was the first day that we recorded a podcast with us.
I know. I just did the best of at it.
Oh, yeah.
I am feeling pretty vibrant. I think.
Yeah, I'm vibing.
Yeah.
Katie, you're the only one.
Just like my
Silver
hands
Star.
feel a lot like lighter.
Silver Star is my favorite thing to come from this. So, hey, listen. Hakun, we cut back to them, those boys, and he's like, yo, Sakura and Naruto, it looks like Shikamaru has succeeded because they're sort of slowing down. And Naruto's like, oh, I hope he catches up and that he's not dead. But just as predicted like moments ago, Shikamaru is entirely out of stamina and he's forced to release the Shadow Possession Jutsu. When the 2 sound squads are freed, they command the 9th man to come out of hiding and decapitate Shikamaru on his way. The hidden ninja launches towards Shikamaru, prepared to, kill him, cut off his head, murder our boy. But he's stopped by Asuma, who appears with the sound ninja unconscious slung over his shoulder, smoking the coolest cigarette I have ever seen. And, okay, listen. The joke of us saying that, like, cigarettes are cool to smoke is because, like, at least the reason that I, like, started saying that so much is because in like media and stuff, it's
Yeah.
always portrayed that
Yeah.
like the cool person is smoking cigarettes,
Yes.
and so it's like an ironic like buying into what big cigarettes
Yeah.
are telling you. This is what I'm
Yeah,
talking
this
about.
is it.
This is
the
the
guy.
coolest shit I've ever fucking
Yeah,
seen.
he makes me
fought
want to smoke cigs.
This whole fight with the cigarette in his mouth, like lit and like
okay,
smoking.
so like he fucking Asuma has fucking brass knuckles with blades on the
Yeah.
end, and he does this thing like he jumps forward and he just wipes out. He murders all 8
So
of the other
you
seven.
guys like
ninja.
notice how he was like a complete like animated by a completely different studio?
Yeah. Oh
Yeah.
my god. And it's like I think it's the heaviest hits
Yes.
that I've seen in all
Yes.
of Naruto.
He's just drawn different. It's weird.
Yeah.
And he moves crazy.
But he he
Because
jumps
it's cool.
forward, cigarette in his mouth, and just literally beats to death these 8 people.
Yeah.
And it's so fucking cool.
Oh, we saw blood actually. He was stabbing
Yes,
people.
Yes.
Yeah.
Asuma's from a different show.
No, no, quite.
He's from, like, an
There's a
adult
different
anime.
rating board
Yeah,
for him.
he just like popped in from fucking Berserk and like
it's a
murdered
weird
these
crossover
people.
episode.
Which is like one of those like I think it's a strange Deus Machina because like
Mm.
Shikamaru should have died.
Yeah, I thought that the 9th person following them was gonna be Asuma. And
Yeah.
that, like, but like,
Oh.
or at least I wish Pakun had said like there's 9 or 10 people. You know what I mean? So it's
Yeah.
a little foreshadowed. But
But
look, it was badass as fuck.
Yeah.
Asuma is fucking
he's
awesome.
so cool.
So-
and you know more power to him. We've been shitting on him for a while, but I think it's all the lead up to this. It's like
Yeah,
the Roderick
sick.
rules like thing.
But why didn't Pakun say 9 or 10? Because if he can just know all these things, why didn't he know that he was
fair.
there?
He's clouded in the smell of menthol.
Stop doing that! You start things like you're gonna say something serious and then you say something stupid.
He is.
To be fair,
smoking the whole
really
time.
is.
I'm like, I look at you and I'm like, wow, you know so much, you're so wise. And then you
Bro,
keep talking.
imagine like one menthol cloud, right? But like imagine Gamabunta's menthol cloud.
Yo, yeah, because the giant ass toad smoked a pipe too.
Bro, that's like
Oh,
like
yeah.
a smog cloud. Like that's
Yeah.
Silent
That's
Hill.
why
like,
Naruto vapes, is because he was hanging out with Gamabunta for a day.
Gamabunta definitely just is like straight peyote.
Oh, straight up, yeah. He's fucking bad shit.
Like, not even the cigarettes, just like all natural shit, brother.
That shit, brother.
All natural
I
shit,
started
brother.
calling people brother over break.
Love that.
Oh,
very,
dude,
very Hulk
I
Hogan of
transitioned
you.
from brother to brother man. I love
Oh,
saying brother
That's
man.
that's Neglin's
Yeah, I
thing.
think that's Morgan's next
Neglin
step.
says?
No,
Yeah.
I think I
Yeah.
might stay with
I
brother.
was
for a
staying
while.
in Brooklyn a lot with all those heads. All of them say like, "Hey, brother man," or
Dude,
"Hey,
that's,
big bro."
I swear to God, yeah. My roommate Nick Eglin, who I call Neglin, he like I don't know why he gave out his first and last name on this.
There's
Would he
two-
care?
there's,
He's
like,
honored.
True.
Thanks,
to be
brother
fair,
man.
Nick is like one of our strongest supporters in the world. His bandana like keeps me up in like the morning. Like I love it. He like helps me wake up.
And he smokes cigarettes.
He does
Yeah.
actually.
Like a cool Asuma guy.
yeah.
Anyways, when the enemy is
We
nothing
need to
but a
stop
pile
actually endorsing cigarettes.
We're not.
Okay.
Wasn't it a joke for a while, and
It's
then
still a joke.
It doesn't sound like it.
It's
Maybe I smoke cigarettes now because of the joke. I don't know.
Katie, I have 2 words for you. Natural selection.
That's a terrifying 2 words. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's happening.
For the people that are like, ha ha ha, that's a funny joke, they'll live.
what the fuck?
Just kidding, sorry.
God, that got dark.
Well, we did like foreshadow that like people Google us. We never said like how far in the future. It could be like literally tomorrow.
Mm-hmm.
Like one of us is gonna be dead at some point. Like you're gonna be alive only. So keep laughing, asshole.
I can laugh because I will
You
die.
silver star bitch.
I'm gonna die because I vape some bad essential oils.
I can't believe we.
truly
Yeah,
right.
that's so strange.
got
Essential oil. I'm not over that. That's weird.
No.
That's like so
Well,
strange.
now all 3 of us can die of lung cancer. We can get chemo together. We can record while we're getting chemo. Sorry.
In the machine.
Yeah, Rio Radio.
Chemo radio.
Da-dum, da-dum. Chemo.
That's so bad.
Yeah.
And we've canceled
That's
us.
gonna go to the board of cancer review. Actually, I did a project where we made like we would go like Dead People Island, where like famous celebrities would instead like they would fake their death and go to this island to be like with celebrities and stuff. And we had a cancel council. That's how you get booted off the island. And then like it's
I thought this was a real place.
got it. No, but it's like it's Steve Irwin, Bob Ross, and
Oh
Mr. Rogers. And, like
Oh,
those
incredible.
3, and they just and the whole storyline was that we were trying to debate whether or not Michael Jackson, like how his case would go in the cancel council.
Cancel.
And we like acted the whole thing, and oh my god, is it a thrilling? Like we should have like a Netflix special because like these three men,
Cancel council.
like like trying to argue whether or not Michael Jackson should be evaporated from the universe or like allowed to live. Oh, that's what happens if you leave the island of celebrities that are dead. You get evaporated.
I just like cancel culture. It's like it's very toxic, but it also doesn't exist. Like it's very toxic trying to cancel people, and then once you're canceled, actually nothing happens.
I think there's a lot of I think the biggest problem with cancel culture is that it's kind of more used for outrage and like agenda.
And then when like the president raped 13 people and just nobody
Weinstein is still not in jail.
Yeah, it's fucking ridiculous.
I watched and I have an art history class that is basically we listen and watch and read artists talk about other artists. And we watched part of this comedy special on Netflix, which if you're not listening to this podcast, you should be watching this. It's called Nanette.
Oh yeah, Nanette is such a good fucking special.
It's so good.
Yeah, no, it's fucking incredible.
Because is her name Hannah?
I don't remember.
I think it's like Hannah Gatsby or something like that.
Yeah.
She talks about how she's quitting comedy for a whole lot of reasons, and it's very like it's a joke, but then it becomes like she stops telling jokes and she starts just yelling and being angry, and then she goes into how she was like, I am angry and I'm allowed to be angry, but I'm not spreading anger. I'm sharing my story.
And I know it probably sounds like preachy, but
no, that's not.
It's actually incredibly well done.
So
we should wait, Morgan, can you say her name is just that
well
word.
The special is
well no don't say her name, actually this is part of the bit, so can you just say her name is?
Her name is...
And then, Liam, you're going to cut yourself saying her name, and it's going to be so funny.
I am not going to do that.
You should do that.
That is
no, it'd be so funny. Her
work.
name is, and then it'd be like, Hannah Gatsby. Just like that.
Morgan, if you want to look it up, it's cool.
We'll do it right now. We'll do it live.
Okay.
Her name is...
Hannah Gadsby.
Yes! Let's go! Raj ideas! Most of my ideas are all just for wacky edits that Liam never does, so that's like...
You got it live.
I did your fucking edit.
You
With
did
the, do you know what? That was so much
No,
work.
you did the fusion one, and that I'm very happy, and then like I'm very like appreciative.
And I put in all like, did you listen in the best of episodes all the goddamn sound effects?
Okay, wait, the second one I heard like all the beeping. You had Justin like a little filter.
Footsteps and shit?
Yeah,
Yeah.
that was really good.
Yeah. Those best of episodes are easily the most work I've ever put into.
I'm going to the gym tomorrow, and I'm gonna listen to them.
Yes. Thank you.
I like the ending of the first one a lot.
With your
Talking
See,
about-
I do all your fucking edit ideas.
No,
what are you
love
talking
that.
about?
I'll probably throw another one. I'll throw more.
Okay, listen. So when the enemy is nothing but a pile of bodies, Asuma coolly congratulates his students' efforts, but Shikamaru still complains about how much work it all was.
Oh, we got a new patron.
Collapsing? Yeah, I know.
Oh, hello, new patron. Thank you for coming on my birthday. Wow. Katie Bob, hello.
Wait,
No,
what?
Really?
Yeah, he's got a whole new guy right now.
Oh shit! Yeah.
Hello.
They yeah. Their
Welcome.
tier shout out is actually next week. Fun fact.
Fuck yeah.
So,
Thank you for the birthday gift.
Yeah. What's up? Anyways, Shikamaru falls to the ground and he calls out from exhaustion. He's moaning and stuff. Anyways, further ahead, Kankuro and Tamari worry about their own growing number of followers, pushing themselves to move even faster. And
Like, who
Sasuke...
cares? Like, who cares?
Yeah, well, sure. But Sasuke, close behind, adamantly refuses to let them escape. Team Pakun follows, desperately hoping that Sasuke doesn't do anything stupid. Finally, back inside the Sound Ninja 4's giant barrier, the Third Hokage stands defiantly against his predecessors, and Orochimaru...
Oh my god, buddy.
Oh my god.
Go to bed.
Orochimaru prepares to initiate their climactic duel. Alright, so, we're on to the last episode. This is taking so long.
Yeah.
Can we just... I mean, 71, for those that are wondering, is the objectively best episode of Naruto we've watched this whole time.
Yes.
It looks like a goddamn Ghibli movie.
It's
Ooh,
really good.
Yeah.
And
Thank
we
you.
said that about the one where Anko fights Orochimaru, and that did look beautiful. The one where, we've seen 4 well-animated episodes.
Yes.
The one where Zabuza dies, that was before you guys came on. Yeah. But then, the, fucking Orochimaru versus Sasuke and Anko in the Forest of Death. Rock Lee versus Gaara.
Yeah.
And this
yeah.
one. Yeah. But of those 4, this is the best.
This is the best looking
Like,
one.
by far. So, like, I don't know. Just, like, know that while we talk about this. This is such a good goddamn episode. Watch 71, please. I implore you.
And watch it. 'Cause for me, like, I experienced this, like, entire episode through the game. and the game does like a weird because they have to make an arena, and then
Right,
the
right.
rooftop looks a lot bigger than it does in the show. So I always thought I'm like, this can't be the fight. That's too small.
Yeah.
And then this is the fight.
Yeah.
This is the
It's too
fight.
small.
It's just it's so fucking cool. But let's try and keep our tangents episode related at
I
least
have no
somewhat.
tangents
'Cause we
left.
gotta
I just want to talk about this fucking episode, Liam.
Yes,
So what
thank
happened
you.
in it?
Okay, so it starts with, it's such a goddamn pretty shot. Tamari places her ear to a tree branch, and she's like, hey, Sasuke's getting pretty close. But she's like, oh, I can handle it. And then we see Sasuke pass by where they were a few minutes later, and the forest is just covered with tripwires that are
So
attached
cool.
to paper bombs. And the whole thing fucking explodes in like this giant explosion. But Sasuke manages to escape by leaping high above and hanging upside down on a branch with the chakra in his feet.
Like a bat.
Yes, classic Bat Boy. Another callback to the first
That was
episode. you guys
that's
mentioned.
genuinely like I thought that was like really cool detail how he just naturally did that.
Yeah, like it shows how far they've come.
Yeah, that's so cool.
Sakura, Naruto, and Paku notice the blast, but Naruto assures his worried compatriots that it would take a lot more than that to deter his goth boo. Atop the I wrote this at like 2 a.m.
Oh, wow.
Atop the Chunin exam's arena, Orochimaru places 2 kunai with red tags dangling from them into the backs of the reanimated Hokage's heads. And then, like, smoke billows off of their bodies, and their color returns, and apparently, so does some of their power.
Which that was like so terrifying.
Yeah, this is like...
Yeah.
It's scary!
It's scary.
'cause-
It's so well animated.
Yeah, but also, like, the first and second are, like, presumably maybe stronger than the third, because the third retired.
Yeah.
The fourth came, and he had to come back out of retirement because the fourth died against the Nine
But also,
Tails.
he's just
Yeah.
old.
Yeah, well, yeah. I mean,
Yeah.
like, and these two motherfuckers are in their fucking prime, and they're zombies.
And then the third Hokage here, he just starts crying.
And they're zombies.
Does he? I think
Yeah.
he cries later.
No, because they see the color comes back, and he's
I
like,
didn't see
"Oh,
this, sorry.
they're just as I like." He's like that. They look exactly how I remember.
Yeah.
It's really sad.
And he's like crying his eyes out.
I think I missed
Like,
that.
Oh yeah, no, and is this the shot where he looks so old?
Yeah.
and, like, so
Yeah.
small.
Yeah, and he's
Oh,
holding
yeah.
his hands, and he's
Yeah.
like, "Oh my god!" Like,
Because these two are like, they're like in their fucking 20s. They're zombie.
They're also
forms.
Yeah.
huge.
Yeah, right? Well, because
Fucking massive.
I imagine Saratobi was too back in like the
Yeah,
day.
that was, like,
he's just
hunched
old
and
and
old,
he's
yeah.
shrunk and he's
Yeah,
like,
but he is. You know,
Now
but
he's a raisin.
He is, but he's such a small raisin, and these two motherfuckers are the juiciest
yeah.
grapes I've ever seen.
They're like the big ass grapes that you can get in
Yeah.
Japan,
Yo.
where like it's like $1,000 for like
He's
a
like
bunch of
a
8.
puny, teeny tiny little like those little circle grapes that's been dehydrated. That's the third Hokage, and these two
Oh,
motherfuckers
yeah.
are the biggest ass
Cherries?
A
green
raisin?
grapes you've ever seen. Yeah,
Well,
yeah.
But like the one that is a grape, but you don't
Like
eat
the
that
really
one
small one.
because it's this.
Yeah.
The
He's
little-
like the smallest of small raisins, and these two
A
are like the grapiest of big grapes.
but that part just like made me feel really sad. 'Cause
Yeah.
it was like these. Oh my god.
Yeah, just more. God damn it, this episode's so fucking good.
What
Shout
else
out
happened?
Shout out there for not having Alzheimer's, man. You think you'd get it by now?
The third?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Alzheimer's terrifies me.
Yeah, no, it's that's why you need a podcast that you do to listen back and be like, oh, that's what was happening in my life.
I'm afraid of that.
Yeah, well, you'll hear it in the best of episode. You'll be like, wow, this is crazy what I've been through.
Yeah.
I'm afraid.
It's horrifying. The observing Anbu note that unlike a normal summoning jutsu, which requires only the caster's blood, which we know from Naruto's training with Jiraiya, the Edo Tensei jutsu demands 2 living sacrifices, who are then encased in earth and dust and take the form of whoever's being reanimated. So they're not like really zombies. They're sort of a amalgamation of they like call back their spirit more and their chakra.
Yeah.
Maybe that's why they're large, because they're like stuff on top of a person.
Possible, but I think that it forms their actual like size proportions, and it's just that they're being called back in their fucking 20s, and our boy is like fucking 80 or 80 something years old.
80 or 80.
You know, I was gonna say 80 or 90, but he's definitely
He's
not
definitely
90.
not 90. If he was 90, he'd be like crawling around.
Yeah.
Where are my shoes?
Orochimaru then used those kunai with the red tags were enchanted, and what they did basically was steal the will away from the former village leaders and turn them into mindless killing machines. The third Hokage, feeble and old. Oh, this is where he's brought to tears. Yeah. And he's like, oh shit.
It's like,
this
man,
is sad.
This is fucked.
Orochimaru commands the zombies forth, and though they stumble zombie-ly, at first.
Zombie elite.
Yes.
See a second to get a breath.
Yeah, but then they stabilize and they fucking rocket towards Sarutobi. The second goes higher on the roof, and the first Hokage goes directly for him. The third recognizes, he's like, oh, okay. He does the zombie thing, oh, this isn't really my old teachers. This is
at first he it's the guys, it's the Anbu who yell at him.
Yeah, they call it. They're like, it's not really them.
Yeah, please move. You're gonna die.
But he snaps out of it, and so the first jumps in and punches him, and he punches him back.
He's a limber guy.
Yo, it's fucking awesome, the taijutsu they show. But yeah, the first attacks him, and he punches him back. Then the second attacks him, and he fucking swings him away.
Launches. It's so
awesome.
fun. I love it.
Yeah. And then the third unleashes fire-style dragon flame bombs, sending an enormous wave of white-hot fire towards his enemies. Orochimaru, standing a safe distance away.
White hot fire sounds racist. It just sounds like really fucked up.
Oh
Yeah,
my.
it emphasizes the intensity. It's like as intense as racism.
Nice.
Which is pretty intense.
Don't be racist, guys.
Yeah, don't be racist.
Stop
guys.
it.
Yeah.
The only thing we should cancel is racism.
True. I guess.
Yeah, we should cancel a lot.
Yeah, we should.
Just
yeah.
racism.
Although if you cancel racism, I bet more
It'd be a great
most
gate to
stuff would be,
yeah.
Figure itself out.
Yeah. Actually, dismantle the patriarchy, and then you're
Dismantle government too.
Yeah, well, that's the patriarchy.
Oh, yeah. Okay, let's just dismantle everything.
Yeah.
Let's start from the beginning.
Not wear shoes anymore.
I'm a big
vape
and prim
essential
guy.
oils.
We should go back to hunter gatherer. I really think so.
You think so?
I think like Horizon Zero Dawn really had it down. We're gonna go so far in the future that we're gonna go back
to caveman times.
Back to caveman times, but with like dinosaurs.
Hey man, you smoke enough essential oils, you'll be fucking.
I'll be seeing.
Okay.
I'll be in Age of Extinction, bro.
To end this tangent, I'd like to end it with a question. Are you gonna make fun of me for the rest of forever for vaping essential
Yes.
oils? Solid.
Orochimaru, standing a safe distance away, chuckles at the move, and the racist fire.
My heart
And-
itches. I don't know what that. Like, what did you make me smoke?
Raj, you're literally so
You asked.
dramatic.
I'm just saying.
I
It's
feel
just strange.
nothing.
He is. He's a drama queen. That's why he's great on this podcast. Let him vibe.
His vibe.
I'm vibrant.
But yeah, so the because of the name of your little.
I'm gonna eat all these
drugs.
Sour Patches that are
Go
in front of
for
me.
it.
So
You can finish them.
you can
Listen. We have to do this. The second repels the fire easily with water-style water wall, and the Anbu are like, "Oh shit, there's no water around," but he makes this a lot of water come.
He
Yeah.
took it from the sky.
Yeah,
Like
but
that.
that's Avatar: The Last Airbender rules.
Yeah.
Because something. I don't know.
I mean,
Water.
Sarutobi's entire thing is that he's the Avatar.
Yeah.
He has all the jutsu.
But I guess
shit.
the second is like really good at water.
Yeah, the second is definitely just like the water guy, and the first is like this like
Tree
man.
man. Yeah, we'll get to that in just a second.
Yeah.
But it was really pretty when the water.
No,
Yeah.
the water on the floor.
Well,
With
yeah.
the
So
reflections.
the second
Oh my
uses
gosh.
he uses water-style water shock wave, which like makes it suddenly summons a tsunami, and the third Hokage uses earth-style mud wall to he vomits up mud,
Yeah.
and then that forms into this giant cliff face, which blocks this like a massive torrent of water that flies off of the second Hokage.
It was just like the floor was water and reflective, and then there was this mountain, and then inside the mountain there was like a river. Like it was just all of a sudden so
they
beautiful.
just made terrain.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was dope.
Yeah.
Which is like a good if you want to inference. Like they did make the
I know.
village.
They kept saying that
Yeah.
the first Hokage founded the village. How much of the forest, I wonder, did he
He
make?
literally made the forest.
Yeah.
of
Yeah,
that.
right? Did he? Yeah,
wow.
maybe.
He literally did.
Yeah.
Crazy.
Yeah. The third hops over his little wall.
That's what's cool. I just want to make a note of that because instead of doing like a weird Naruto cop out where they do like one flip and he's on the top, he just cuts to the top.
Oh
of
no,
it.
they show him.
They show
climbing.
it, and he's like, it's like fucking Uncharted. He's like
Yeah.
literally like I've been playing Assassin's Creed,
Yeah.
so I think about climbing a lot.
Yeah,
Assassin's
sure.
Creed 2 is one of the worst fucking games of all time.
Stay focused. Stay focused.
I know. I'm just saying. I
Eye
just wanted to
contact
yell
with the
about
mic.
this. I fucking hate that game. That is all I wanted to say. But anyway, I'm glad that they now that they have the good animation budget that they're spending on showing
Oh, it
more
looks
movement.
so good. Yeah. So he jumps over his wall, and he spits fire literally towards the first Hokage, who's skating across the surface of the water towards Sarutobi.
We love water skis.
Yeah, the first Hokage blocks all of the fire easily, and then he leaps into melee combat with Sarutobi, and he like it really hits, and he fucking punches him in the face, and there's like a slow motion shot, and it's like fucking painful.
It was such good animation.
Yeah,
it
throws the Third Hokage back, and he clambers to his feet because they can just walk on water. They're fucking Kage. They can do anything.
Yeah,
but then before he can like get fully standing, the second Hokage drags Sarutobi below the water, and he manages to escape, and he runs up the rock wall. But the second Hokage shoots jet streams of water after him. Like it's so cool. Yeah. Kage fights are fucking awesome.
Yeah.
So he's running up this wall, and I feel like I'm like a 6-year-old describing a dream I had. You know what I mean? But he like shoots jet water after him, and so the mountain's like crumbling around him while he climbs. And he reaches the zenith of the mountain, and then a jet stream like slices off where he's standing, and it just crumbles down, and he falls. I don't know where I am in the outline. I'm just describing this fight because I'm excited.
It's a great fight.
The river below just kind of vanishes at this point because the Third Hokage falls to the ground when the top of the rock wall crumbles. The mountain though is still there, but he lands and the river is gone somehow.
It evaporated.
It fell into the building below. It's just
like, there's like people still in the building. They're like, what? Somebody's gotta get a trash can. The ceiling's leaking again.
What's going on up there? It's like when we record and we just hear shit going on above us all the time.
Can I get those files already?
They're soaked. Before Sarutobi can catch his breath, we see this bud forcing its way out from under one of the shingles.
So cool.
Only to be followed by these massive logs and roots and fucking tree trunks. Because the third realizes the first Hokage is using his secret earth jutsu, deep forest creation.
Yeah.
Big tree man art.
Yes, exactly. The third Hokage manages to like bite his thumb, but that's all he can do before these trees fucking lift him up and throw him around, and then they like twist, they coil their branches around him and like just suspend him helplessly in the air. And then we cut to the academy students, and I liked Konohamaru in this scene. This episode is so good that I liked Konohamaru.
It's a great payoff, like for like how like mid the first two are.
It's what you were talking about earlier.
Like you like, oh, this is when, especially when you see the fight now and like how hardcore it is.
But also they're in like some weird evacuation tunnel, and like the camera is like making him look so small and frightened, and it's just like it's really. And Moegi is like, dude, why are you so bothered? And Konohamaru's like, I don't even know. Like it's just something is fucked up. Back with his grandfather, the old man strains to reach a tree branch with his hands, even though he's all wrapped up in the vines. When he successfully makes contact, he summons to the battlefield the Monkey King, Enma. Like,
ooh, yeah, that's crazy. That's,
like, no wonder this episode's going so long. Not only because we've been talking about bullshit for like the first hour was just nothing.
Yeah.
But also like in a Kage level fight, every move they make is new lore, which is fucking awesome.
Yeah.
Like it's so goddamn fun to watch.
It really, it's just you kind of get lost and you're like, wait, what?
Yeah,
what?
like back. I don't know, like, you would have thought that the Asuma fight, where he dropped 8 motherfuckers in a second with fucking brass knuckles, would be the coolest thing you saw. But these guys are gods fighting. Yeah. We are seeing, because Kage is the only thing higher than Jonin. So we're seeing, like this guy makes Kakashi look like a bitch. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Well, and I feel, too, like, when we got into the finals, I was kind of dreading it.
Yeah.
Because, they, like, had time to, like, prepare and do all the things for all of the things. But, like, how much can they learn? Like, we've seen all of their tricks. Yeah. There's nothing, like, except for, like, a handful of, like, oh, well, I can do this now with my hand.
Neji's, like, spinning around.
Yeah, like, there's only so many things.
Arguably your best move in Storm 3 with Hinata is
the
spinning move.
I love spinning around jutsu, but...
But there's only so many things that they can do, so you're kind of like, okay, so what order are they going to do them in now? Like, big what? But with the Kage fight, like...
It's like
you're like, you can do that?
Yeah, like what the fuck?
It's crazy.
Something I just never thought about before. It's just like now I'm more interested in like the other Kages. Like,
yeah, right. Like because there's for in case you don't remember, there's 5 Kage total. I mean, I guess we don't know what's the deal with the Kaze Kage right now because
I just know that there had to be like a founder of the village, and those arguably, if we're seeing the founders of like the Leaf Village, the first and second, they're already
like what number Mizukage are they on?
Exactly,
or like, Tsuchikage, or you want to know the more names, Morgan? Of course you fucking do. Okay, it's Mizukage, Tsuchikage, Raikage, Kazekage, Hokage.
You know what?
Can you just stop? Can you please stop complaining? Okay, like I'm just Jesus
You look so defeated.
Do you want to know who the Kage are right now at this moment in time?
You know what? I wish you would fucking tell me.
I don't
see
know.
Liam right
Oh,
now.
actually, I do. Tsuchikage's Anoki. The Raikage is A. The Mizukage is... Fuck.
Yeah, that's fucking great,
I
Liam.
don't
You don't
know.
even fucking know.
Such an idiot.
I'm not a real fan. I had one job just to run a Naruto podcast, and I told you
No, I
it
get
was
it.
trivia.
This podcast sucks, and I'm terrible.
And he can't see.
Okay. So the Monkey
Glasses
King...
are back on.
I don't know what's going on.
Glasses are back on.
The
Sanity.
the Monkey King Enma appears. He's this giant white monkey wearing a Leaf Ninja headband, and he's like,
So cool.
he sees Orochimaru, and he's like, bro, Sarutobi, why didn't you drop this motherfucker
Yeah.
years ago? Because now we probably can't.
Yeah.
Which is...
That's more lore.
And yeah, like, what is their history? Who is this monkey?
Yeah.
What is going
Why
on?
is there a monkey?
Who is the monkey?
This Curious George ass motherfucker.
Why are
did
there
he come
animals
from?
and why are they talking?
The third begs Enma to free him using adamantine Nioi transformation. Cool words. And though the
That was like
first...
probably the coolest jutsu so
Yeah.
far. Yeah.
Oh, and then the first and second run up to like stop Enma, and he just like punches them
Oh,
down.
okay, yeah. No, literally, this is when my roommate, like, I woke him up. 'Cause I was like, oh my, because he slams him down with his fucking
He
fist.
drops those motherfuckers.
Why doesn't he just fight them? Like,
Enma?
I feel, yeah.
I don't know.
I feel like the
Yeah.
monkey's strong enough that, like,
This
why are
might
you
be
making
just
him a stick?
Arguably, the thing is.
I
that-
mean, Sarutobi fought off the first and second in melee combat when this fight began, and then they
That's
got
true.
the drop on him. So like, I feel like it's just because they're surprised.
But if
by
it
the
was
monkey.
both him
Yeah.
and like, why doesn't he free him and then turn back into a monkey? Because then I feel like the two of them
Arguably,
together
I don't
would
know,
fight a
he
lot
said
better
it
than just
this-
him with a stick.
No, because he said this is his last like move. So like the monkey isn't the move. The monkey's just the monkey. He needs a move, and the stick is the move.
The stick is the move, the monkey's
Yeah.
the monkey.
Well, so
Yeah,
to
pretty much.
explain what we're talking about, after the monkey drops the
Sounds
first
so
two
stupid.
Kage-
There's a monkey and a stick.
After well, it's the old, you know, Goku from Dragon Ball.
Yeah.
He's based off Son Goku from like the old Chinese, the Journey to the West.
Yeah.
And which is about a monkey with a staff that can extend.
I'm gonna learn about that in class.
Yeah, like basically every anime and also story ever is based
Enslave
off of that.
Odyssey to the West. That's
Yeah,
the game.
but also like literally story structure
Yeah.
comes from that.
I've
story,
seen a monkey with a
basically.
stick.
Yeah,
I've seen a monkey with a gun
But-
and a cigarette.
I've seen a monkey.
in a way, we're all monkeys.
Yeah. Favorite animal video is two kangaroos fighting in the streets of Australia to classical music. That's a real video. Please watch it. It's like in my top 3.
You know what video I like? The video of the monkey with a stick in Naruto.
Oh yeah, thank you.
Yes.
You're right. We
Yeah.
really gotta pull in here. Pull in the inverse of pull out. Anyways,
Don't
so
allow the monkey. Let's do this.
Enma turns into, like we said, a giant staff basically, and he flies forward and knocks away
Don't
the
say
branches
staff, say
that
stick.
are
I'm afraid to stick.
okay, giant stick. It knocks away the branches that are suspending the third Hokage, and then the third snatches the living weapon out of the air and prepares to wield him in combat. Orochimaru counters it. More bizarre lore coming
love
out of
this.
nowhere. Orochimaru,
Yeah.
like, his belly grows, and then he, like, throws up a snake, and then that snake throws up a sword.
I love it so much.
Felt like I was at a fucking circus.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Body
Two.
horror is so cool.
Yeah.
Nasty animation.
Oh my god, it's so
Fantastic.
nasty.
So gross.
Like he was like retching.
Well,
he was
this is-
literally retching
this
up
is-
a fucking snake
Exactly.
with a sword in it.
It's exactly the same thing that happened in the Forest of Death. Like, they really know how to make Orochimaru, like you said, body horror. Like,
Yeah.
they really know how to make him
Yeah.
look scary.
He looks scary. I think
Oh,
we
he
should
looks
emphasize that.
fucking terrifying.
Orochimaru, well animated, is one of the
Scary ass bitch.
creepiest
Yeah.
things.
Scary ass motherfucker.
The sword is called the Grass Longsword or the Sword of Kusanagi. And though Enma in his form is harder than Diamond, he would still be hurt by
He's
being
like,
hit by
that's
the
gonna
sword.
hurt me, and I'm
Yeah.
like, the poor monkey
No, but he
stick.
says that, and then the third says nothing.
Yeah, he just doesn't respond. He's like,
Shut up,
yeah.
bitch. You're gonna do what I
He's
fucking
like,
asked.
yeah.
Yeah, so like we say, the third uses Enma, who extends and retracts at will, to vault across the rooftop and attack Orochimaru, but the villain is able to evade many of the blows. The third lands behind Orochimaru and initiates another series of attacks, all of which Orochimaru counters with the Kusanagi blade. The two, they briefly do that,
Jedi duel.
the
shit,
Jedi,
bro.
yeah, exactly, the lightsaber lock thing where the third Hokage, extends Enma and Orochimaru blocks it with the Kusanagi sword, and they're in a stalemate, right?
Clank, clank,
Yeah,
clank,
yeah.
like that.
But then the first and second they rejoin the fight and they attack Sarutobi, knocking him off of his balance. But while he's sort of stumbling away, he places explosive ninja.
So cool.
What do you fucking call them? Paper bombs?
Paper bombs, yeah.
On the former Hokage before he stumbles back.
Oh.
But yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Really?
I made a
pleased.
whole point
Really?
to yell about how cool. What? Really?
Yeah, I did.
I'm so disappointed in
This
you.
is why you're a goddamn silver
Fucking
star.
no, Bronze Star. Bronze Star for that shit.
Katie's
I
a
literally-
superstar,
I've been
superstar. Don't
degraded.
even worry.
Silver Star Superstar.
Okay.
That will probably be the episode title.
Fuck yeah.
To be honest.
I should have known though,
Somebody is a
because
Silver Star Superstar.
when I say things and you don't actually respond to what I'm saying, it usually means you didn't quite.
Yeah, I did not
Shikamaru.
understand.
Shikamaru is the superstar, superstar.
Yeah, that's, I imagine, as you probably know out there, I'll
there
say
we go.
that's probably going to be the episode title. Anyways, so the Hokage, he put on those explosive bombs, but then he's stumbling backwards, and Orochimaru, runs up on him and beats the shit out
No,
of him.
he's beating his He literally puts the sword down and just
He
beats
does.
the shit out of
He
him.
has a sword, and he's like, nah, I'm just gonna motherfucking bare knuckle this bitch.
He really does.
I mean, it works.
It's so crazy.
Yeah, he knocks the third to the ground, and he's like, haha, you're so foolish. Why would you battle me and two former Hokage without any shadow
Is that how
clones?
he talks well animated?
Yes.
Yeah.
Haha, you're so foolish. But the Anbu outside, they're like, oh, the third can't use shadow clones because he's so old that he literally... Because remember, the shadow clone jutsu is forbidden because it means that you split up your chakra.
Yeah.
So, the third just doesn't have the stamina in his... despite all of these badass Kage level jutsu that he's doing, he couldn't split that up. It's,
Yeah.
too much.
the Anbu guy really saying that was just he's old.
Yeah,
He's
yeah.
this is it.
So, the third Hokage is laid down on the ground. He's, gotten the shit beat out of him. Orochimaru stands over him, the legendary master, the great sage who mastered every jutsu in the village, and cackles maniacally. The Anbu call out desperately, if the third Hokage dies, the village will fall, too. The Monkey King Enma, in his little staff form, has landed a short distance away, and he opens an eyeball on the staff.
That was cool.
That was so odd.
It's a little weird, but...
Was weird.
Well, you gotta remember, he's a monkey.
So, when Kage
Why
Why did he
fights...
not
just be a
weird.
monkey?
Well,
Not a sword with an eye.
If you could be a stick, you'd
Yeah.
want to be a stick,
I'd
too.
rather be a
A
stick.
stick with an eyeball.
Yeah, a
Well,
stick
no,
with an eyeball.
truthfully,
one.
the thing is, you could be a monkey, sure, and you could win, obviously, right?
But why not be a stick
Why
and
not?
lose?
I'd rather be a stick. If Sarutobi wants me to be a stick, who might have denied the old man, you know?
So, Enma opens his little staff eyeball, and he's like,
Staff.
Third Hokage, hello, why are you not striking?
Please
I'm
kill
sorry,
him.
Did you just, I'm a monkey king.
Yeah,
Did
yeah.
you just summon me to have me watch you die?
Yeah. He was a
Cool,
little
thanks for the
offended,
invite.
yeah.
Little mad.
Yeah.
Po's mad.
But Sarutobi on the ground, once again, he's sobbing.
He's so sad.
Because Orochimaru was it was his student, but that's your child.
Yeah.
Even Kakashi, for all of the roasts and shit after the Land of Waves and stuff, I feel like he looks at Sasuke and Naruto and even Sakura as almost children.
Pretty much,
and
yeah.
especially Lee and Guy and stuff. So you can imagine what
Oh yeah, Lean Guy especially.
yeah. So you can imagine what it's possible that the third and Orochimaru have been through, and now he's having to face his former student as a demon.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that's heartbreaking.
Well, and also, people that he looked up to when he was young.
Oh yeah.
Are also trying to kill
are
him.
being turned
Yeah.
against
So,
him.
Oh, it's just waves
his
of pain.
uncles and the equivalent of his son
Well, yeah.
are both
The
trying to
people
kill
he
him.
taught and the people who taught him, all of his and he's old,
Yeah.
so everything that he's holding on to that's keeping him
keeping
to
him.
the world
Yeah.
is against him now.
Yeah.
That's fucking
I'd
tragic.
give up. I'd be like, kill me. I don't care.
So yeah, Orochimaru's pulling him up by his neck, and then he screams, he's like, Orochimaru! And then
you fool.
he fucking drops him with his
Yeah.
bare hands, which is badass. Enma seizes the opportunity, and now he's a stick with an eyeball and an arm. Because Enma's monkey arm shoots out of his stick body, and it grabs Orochimaru by the neck and holds him up in the air.
So cool.
And,
gosh.
and Enma is like, I'm gonna snap your neck like I should have done years ago, bitch.
I was so
Yeah.
confused.
It is confusing, but it's more, I guess we already knew that they fought before because when he was summoned, he
Yeah.
was like, we should, but Enma must have fought Orochimaru before.
Yeah.
That's...
Who didn't
Yeah,
fight
what?
Orochimaru before?
I know, everyone.
That's, yeah.
Even Anko was trained by Orochimaru, I guess, and she's just opening panels somewhere.
Open the panel.
Over the pen.
But Orochimaru, even though he's got his neck held, he falls away. It was a substitution, of course. But then also the mud reforms into Orochimaru, so rules don't apply to him.
Yeah, I
Orochimaru
guess.
is mud.
When you're well animated, anything can happen.
Exactly. In the well-animated episodes, there are no rules.
No.
But as soon as Orochimaru forms back, even though he's not being choked anymore, the Third Hokage kicks him hard and launches him across the roof. It's very badass. Then the first and second Hokage move to step in, but Sarutobi activates the tags that he placed on them, and they explode, blowing off their fucking arms and
Yeah,
legs.
I didn't realize that at first. I thought they just did like a normal like explosion.
Me too!
Yeah, no, their
Remember?
limbs are gone.
Yeah, no,
Yeah.
it's fucking stunts.
Because I yelled out loud, "Motherfucker just blew a bitch's leg off!"
Yeah, it's crazy.
I said that with you in the room.
Yes. No, I knew that they blew up. I just didn't know why.
They painted on the
Because
little
of the
paper.
tags.
Yeah, I didn't.
Oh wait,
I forgot
no,
that paper bombs were a
The
thing.
coolest
We
thing.
saw them earlier in
No,
the
I know.
episode.
Oh, in the episode?
Wait, no, I just think the way they like blew up.
Tamari left them for Sasuke.
No, they were strings.
The strings triggered the paper bombs.
Oh, I thought they were
Strings
just
don't
regular
explode.
bombs. Maybe it's a
Like
string
cartoony
bomb.
little steel. No, but the way the Third Hokage does this, where it's like the first Hokage's over, and he just goes like, yeah, boom, and then the second one he goes like two-finger gun. He's like,
Yeah,
boom, yeah, bam,
Jojo.
bam, blow up. Like it's so cool.
Bam, bam, blow up.
So it seems like this takes them down, like their fucking limbs were blown off.
Yeah.
But dust sort of like forms
Paper
around.
mache people.
Yeah. Well, we know they're made of dust and earth.
Yeah.
So that
Yeah.
shit like forms around it, and they get up with their limbs restored, unfazed in like an instant.
Like
They
a
just
starfish.
get up, yeah.
Yeah, as long as their souls are like on Earth, he's fighting invincible Hokage zombies.
Yeah.
That's fucking
That's-
terrifying.
Honestly,
So
fucked.
training how to do it.
Yeah, I mean, sure, but not if you're
Go.
that old. You're just going to.
Well, he doesn't need to be trained
Die.
anymore, but like,
Yeah.
for
They
like,
could just put like
maybe.
training wheels on them so like the Hokage don't kill the kids, but then they can just
What do
fight
you
forever.
consider training wheels on a zombie?
because
I don't
I
know.
imagined a man with training wheels.
I think
No,
that makes
like,
it more
somehow
efficient.
they-
He get around faster.
Their legs blow off, and the dirt comes and just forms little tiny wheels, and they're like pulling themselves towards it.
They're a real zombie at that point.
Oh, terrifying.
So yeah, the Third Hokage sees this, and he prepares to use the only jutsu he can think of to stop invincible foes. A jutsu, something, he mentions the Fourth Hokage, right? He's like, oh, the Fourth Hokage's jutsu. And he's like, oh, I hope my former teachers can forgive me for using this forbidden...
I
something."
never realized. I think this is like the origin of that meme, like Master Forgive Me, but
Yeah,
I'm still
yeah, it
hold out
might
this
be.
once. That like freaked me out.
Yeah,
So funny.
Orochimaru is like laughing. He's like, "Oh, you're so feeble. You were once the supreme shinobi, and now you suck."
And
Now you're garbage.
Then more fucking bullshit. Like a minute before the episode ends,
Yeah.
Orochimaru rips off his face,
That was what was that? That was so creepy.
and Orochimaru is in fact a young woman.
with a huge fucking forehead.
Oh my! She's so creepy.
Her forehead is way bigger than Sakura's. I just
Yes.
want to say.
And to be fair, you know what? She did happen to melt off the face of a grass ninja, who looked very eerily similar.
Yeah.
Like
No, but this is also like it's definitely different. This is like
Yeah.
This
yeah.
is
Her face is so tiny.
and also like it went grass ninja, peel off that face, Orochimaru, and now peel off that face.
How many
Some-
faces do
And the
you
smile
have?
and like the way the camera
it's
does
terrifying.
it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
So like the third is like what's
He's,
happening?
he-
fuck
it's
are
not like
you?
the tone of his voice. He's so freaked out.
Yeah, he's
he's like, what the fuck are
Yeah,
you?
And Orochimaru is like, no, this is still me. This is
Yeah.
just what you're dealing with. And
Your life sucks right
and,
now.
and Sarutobi seems to recognize that like this means that Orochimaru's mastered some like deeply forbidden jutsu.
Yeah.
We don't know
Wait,
what, but it's
Black
like,
What?
hole shit.
The
Yeah,
one that
we-
makes you a woman? Like, I
we
don't
don't know.
understand.
Like
How is
the
that?
gender bending jutsu.
What?
Yes.
No, I was. My
Wait, no,
prediction-
Naruto invented that. Actually,
Yeah.
it's sexy.
My
jutsu.
prediction
yeah.
is like Fountain of Youth type shit. Like,
Uh-huh.
because this whole gimmick is like clearly old people can have their skin color like that.
Sure.
So maybe he found like even better way. Like, what if he invented Botox? You know, like.
But also, it's gender bending Botox.
I don't think he's gender bent. I
Okay.
just think he's always an androgynous character.
Yeah.
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 Well,
Like-
very much so. Like, I am gonna probably write Orochimaru with they/them pronouns now because, like, I think Orochimaru is like agendered.
Yeah, because
Yeah.
Which I think is interesting because they didn't change the face. Like I don't think that they even ripped off the eye section. It was just kind of like here, and it changed like the jawline and how they drew the lips and the nose a little bit.
Yeah, and the forehead.
it definitely.
The whole face came off because
Really?
their skin
But it is
tone
still
changed.
the eyes are still yellow.
Before they were white,
Which just
like
Oh,
paper
yeah.
white.
But, like,
Now they're
definitely
white
the
like
imagery
Aryan.
of but definitely the imagery of like a perfect looking doll person.
That's what it is.
And then
yeah.
to go
Yeah.
like how like fucked she's been transformed by like the snake shit.
Yeah.
Like, cause like it's just like the personification of like evil would be a snake.
And she
For sure.
and she laughs like
Creepy,
horrifying.
yeah.
This is like I don't know
a
how they
great
had so
laugh.
much money.
No,
like,
oh yeah.
it's so well done.
The laugh that goes off, and then even in the distance when they like
and this
pan out.
this is where they pan. This is around the end of the episode, and they pan out, and it's like
Also, voice actor.
Oh my god, Orochimaru A1 for like since
the now female
Yeah.
voice to
Now-
Orochimaru.
That
good.
that laugh was both like
I wish I
it was
Yeah.
captivating, but also fucking
So
terrifying.
we
Yeah.
don't know what's going on, but we leave the third and Orochimaru with the first and second are back. They are invincible zombies. The third is preparing to unleash some forbidden jutsu, and Orochimaru is actually a young woman, I guess.
Yeah.
And it's just like a terrifying, hopeless situation. And we cut away then to the forest, where Temari and Kankuro are stopped by a kunai that hits a tree just by their heads, because Sasuke has caught up to them.
Ooh.
Sasuke went too far.
Well, that's 71.
That was it.
The best episode of Naruto.
Okay,
That's
okay,
true.
I have a
Right.
question.
Uh-huh.
If the first and second are invincible zombies,
Yeah.
is the only way that they will ever like re-die
Uh-huh.
is if the jutsu is released?
That's a possibility.
Yeah.
Because you can't kill them.
But the third has an idea of the fourth's whatever, so maybe that is the way that they'll.
But yeah,
stop.
I would
'Cause
imagine, yeah.
There's
There's
a way
definitely
to stop
it could be
invincible
like death,
people.
like you punch Voldemort in the face and everything kind of stops, like that.
I've never I've
Is that true?
I don't know. He's just one of those characters where like he's doing a lot of evil shit, but like clearly the thing is to just
shoot
punch
wand
him.
fire at each
Well,
other.
actually, you're not totally wrong, ironically, because that...
Yeah.
But yeah, it is like Voldemort. I think there will be a way to defeat him, but
Yeah.
they are seemingly invincible. Yeah, I
it's
don't
like-
know.
Because obviously Orochimaru is not going to just be like, oh, hey, guys.
Do you have
can-
any
you can stop
predictions
now."
as to how the third will get out of this
Oh, man,
jam?
it's been a while since I predicted things correctly.
Yeah. Which you do tend to do.
Yeah. Man. I'm still because there was weird when Orochimaru became a woman.
Yes.
There was this weird moment that I don't know if I misunderstood it or if it was just like weird, but the third was like, it's really you? And like there was some like
So you think that he might recognize the woman?
Yeah.
Interesting.
That's also a theory.
Because-
I read that as he was saying, "You're really Orochimaru. I just see you as a woman I don't know." But you read it as
because they were kind of like general like characteristics and features, but there was something very like not recognizable, but like that was a face.
Yeah.
Like that was animated
Yeah.
like that for a reason.
Okay.
Yeah, my theory was that like, because I do not remember anything.
Right.
But just like that it was that the jutsu isn't that's Orochimaru. Like it's he's now able to rip his skin off to be another dead person. And then the third Hokage was like, is it really you? And that's why he's crying so much. Because he already cried because Orochimaru was being shut out. Now he's crying even harder.
So like maybe he's a dead person that the third recognizes.
Yeah, like maybe it's like his wife or like his daughter or someone.
Yeah.
Oh, because he does have kids because Konohamaru is his grandkid.
Oh, yeah.
Like
Oh, weird.
Oh my
Yeah.
god, maybe it's his daughter because we don't know who Konohamaru's parents are.
Exactly, yeah.
And if they were alive, we would probably
So
know
like,
that.
and like,
Yeah.
Orochimaru's all about mental games. What if he had to now beat the shit out of his dead daughter? You know, that would
Oh
be
my God.
crazy.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's very
That would be
Orochimaru
crazy.
sounding. Yeah.
I was thinking it was the third Sanin, are they called? But
Yeah.
but why?
Like-
Oh,
Yeah.
that's
because we've
didn't
never.
even
That's what I was
oh,
thinking too. Because
that's
we've never
so-
met her.
that's
Yeah.
so cool.
So
I thought
like
maybe
because
that
they're
was
all
her.
like, where is she?
And Jiraiya's like old as fuck. Orochimaru only looks weird because
He's a snake person.
Yeah. So yeah, it could be Tsunade because all we know about her is that it's a female ninja.
Yeah.
yeah.
Wow.
Holy shit, yeah. Well, so do you have any idea how the third might get out of it?
No.
All right, fair enough.
I mean, obviously, whatever. I'm
Do you
just
think
guessing that whatever the fourth whatever
jutsu.
thing is works.
Yeah,
That's
yeah.
what I'm
He
assuming.
summons the fourth.
But I don't know what it is.
Oh yeah. Wait, maybe.
That would be a
that'd be cool.
crazy tactic.
He has
Yeah.
to sacrifice someone, though. I don't know if the third one does that.
Himself?
No, that
Oh my God.
oh my god, he
Yeah.
kills the most
Bro, I'm sorry. I don't know. You're just a fucking eyeball.
Just an eyeball at this point.
An arm.
Yeah. God damn it. Oh, such good episodes. I hate that they're not going to be good
Yeah.
going forward.
Oh no, they're
So
not.
much of Naruto sucks, and these were so fucking cool. But yeah. Anyways, do we usually say anything, or do we just get right into it?
Like,
It's your
Flowers?
birthday. Why don't
Yeah.
you do it? Make it sound festive.
Oh, okay. Hi guys, I'm 20 now. Woo! So that was the episodes. That was fun, wasn't it? Whoa, crazy time we just had there. But now.
Happy birthday.
Happy birthday, happy
no,
birthday.
You gotta on top of it. Happy birthday.
And yeah, wow, those are some wacky times we all had. Thank you for being here. Thank you for being through my 19s.
Just
But
happy birthday.
read a response.
You read a response.
I like totally forgot we were doing. I thought I was working in my head like, do I do all the plugs right now?
No. It's just
Oh.
you're just
Yeah.
getting us here. Okay. First up, I want to do our Genin tier shout outs to a patron
Wow.
by the name of Alan York.
Woo! Let's go, Alan.
Alan, okay,
Legend.
Alan York. If he was a ninja, what would his deal be?
Alan York. That
Yeah.
sounds cool. Who's cool?
Um,
I think York's a cool name.
Yeah. I'm feeling like, you know what, York. The Y makes me think electricity for some reason. So I'm feeling that his jutsu would be Chidori.
Yes.
You know what I mean?
Why makes me think water?
Okay. So maybe he can make that like river, like the second.
That would be cool.
Second Hokage.
Yeah.
That's a good one. He's powerful.
I
Alan
love
York,
the water
second
powers. I think
Hokage.
that's so cool.
Or Sasuke, whatever you prefer.
Oh yeah.
Whatever
But,
you or Kakashi, he knows it too. Yeah, whatever works. Whatever's cool for you.
yeah.
So,
So,
pick.
something like cool, like water,
Something
like
cool, fluid.
Yeah,
Nothing
water.
cooler than water.
Yeah, that's-
Except ice.
I can attest.
That was funny, Morgan. And then, as always, we've got to do our tuning tier. These guys give $10 a month.
That's
Legend.
so many dollars.
Yeah,
I don't
the
even
best.
have that many dollars.
I know. And of course, those consist of Dave Mata,
Woo! The classic.
classic, sexy
Dad.
man.
Dad,
Wow.
That's so many words.
Nina Kelly,
Woo! The best.
classic,
They're great.
sexy dad man. Those are the only 4 adjectives I know.
Scary.
Pro Hendrix,
Classic.
sexy dad man, and Jay.
Classic. Sexy.
dad
man.
All 4 of them are amazing, super
And
great.
classic.
And
classic,
sexy, and dad, and man.
Dad is not an adjective. Means man.
Well,
And
when you're
then
good animated.
those are our tuning, and then but above our tuning we have the top of the creme de la crop. The
Cream frige.
the
omelette du
Kakashis,
fromage.
the guys, the Asumas, the omelette du fromages, our Jonin tier patrons. Yes.
The best.
Yes, the Jonin of the
Yeah.
Patreon.
Yes.
Yes. And of course, that is
Is this new?
yes.
Okay, this is the first time we've
You're
had
doing
Joey.
like all these like poses and
Yeah,
stuff.
but they can't
like,
see your
Like
poses.
you're in
But
beautiful
But they can
Joe.
They're wonderful.
They can hear it in my
But Liam can see his
course
poses
you know
because
beautiful.
he keeps
I'm
staring
talking-
through me.
into myself in the mirror. Yes, I was talking about Beautiful Joe over break, and none of my friends knew it. And I was like, I wish Raj was
I
here.
own this second game on GameCube. It was like the greatest
Yes,
thing of
of
all
course
time.
you do,
Yeah, it's
yes.
such a good,
Oh, I love
great
that.
show on CW. Fantastic.
Yeah. Anyways, our top tier patrons, Jane Jara Milo or Mio. This is the first time we've had to say it on air.
Woo!
Yes.
Yay!
She's
You are
amazing.
That's
Yes.
so cool.
Nick Astor.
The best.
Yes.
The funniest.
So funny.
He's actually coming on to the podcast later.
Oh, exciting.
Expect that.
Yeah.
Expect that. And Stephen Bricky.
Let's go, Steve.
Yeah.
Three whole people.
I did not
Yeah.
know there was 3 of them.
Yes,
Wow.
there are.
Sorry guys, we don't get updates.
So that's
Yeah.
awesome.
we don't know things.
Yeah.
I thought there was
Now
one.
you do.
Yes.
We love all three of you.
And they are great. Everyone who gives us money.
Everyone!
Yeah, everyone who does it as well.
listens,
You're
everyone
amazing.
supports.
Everyone who listens, really. But most of all, you're super awesome if you write in. And you can do that at the following places. NaruTalkPod@gmail.com, NaruTalk, the Naruto ShipPodcast on Facebook, NaruTalkPod on YouTube. Watch the video of me and Raja Anime NYC.
Yes,
Did
it's
you
so
like
adorable.
that, bro?
I love that
It's good,
video
right?
so much.
I watched it the other
My friend screen capped the picture of me holding the thought hat.
It's
and
so
it's just a
fucking good.
meme in my circle now.
Yeah.
It's so fun.
Instagram and Twitter, we're at NaruTalkPod. You can use hashtags like, actually, I don't care. Just, I wrote that, use hashtags like NaruTalkPod. Is that even helpful for us?
Yeah, if you do it.
Whatever.
Yeah.
Like,
We could be trending one day.
Yeah.
We can replace
sure.
it on
When you get
www.reddit.com /r/NaruTalk.
Yeah.
Come there, talk there.
/NaruTalk. Yeah. That's and our website is narutalk.wordpress.com. And then of course, most importantly, Patreon, www.patreon.com /NaruTalkPod. That's how we keep the podcast running.
I don't think I've ever heard you burp before.
That was sick. Dude. That was a lot.
You're so sick. Are you okay?
Yeah. Look, there's tiers on the Patreon. $2 gets you into the Discord, which is like, it's like real now. It's like it's like an ecosystem.
Yeah.
Like, people just exist in it, which is so
It's
cool.
wonderful. I'm glad you're all there.
Yeah.
Seriously, like shout out. Everyone in the podcast who kept me sane.
Yeah.
Right? Shout out everyone who's followed my Twitter. Seriously, that's like the fucking creepiest and favorite thing in the world that I have. Like,
to have
people,
like fans.
and they like respond to my tweets.
Yeah.
I'm so sorry I'm such a weirdo on Twitter. Guys, I tweet for myself and people enter my world and it's not something you should guys be seeing. It's
No,
weird.
I love when people follow my personals too. Like Jane followed my, or Joni to your patron. She followed my Instagram. And I was like, ooh, thank you.
Another follower. Ooh.
Oh my god. But yeah, there's bonus episodes on there. Like, even if you just pledge to the $1 tier, that's not even our Discord, obviously, but like, you can listen to Rosh and I do our elevator outtakes.
Oh my god, it's a great video.
Which are so much fun.
So funny.
And then obviously at the $5 tier, you can get Rio Radio. We just released our New Year's one. I think we talked about it earlier. This episode has gone on for so long, I don't remember.
Where are we?
But it's
But recap, we did our
We
5
did,
favorite things
because we talked about
2019.
Toby.
Yeah. We did our 5 favorite things in 2019.
Oh,
and it
yeah.
was, and it like got like really personal. It's definitely worth listening to.
Yeah.
A lot of podcast lore.
You
in
can
that.
learn everything about
Yeah.
me.
But any amount of money is helpful, obviously, and links for all that stuff's in the description below.
Any sport
Let's
is great sport.
do a reader response. Do any of you particularly want to read this?
I feel like it should come from you.
Yeah,
yeah.
I think you
No,
should.
because I have to respond to it.
I'll read it.
Rabia.
Oh, okay.
We know
Alright.
nothing.
Oh, it's so small.
We're
on
just
here.
ladies.
Okay, wait, where am I? Which one is it?
Here, let Morgan read it. I think that she would. Oh wait, it's your birthday. Do you want to read it?
Sure, I mean, I don't mind.
Alright.
So which one is it?
It's
this episode's all
the one
about
that says
Rob.
episode 26.
Oh my god. So Adam Kleinschmidt says,
Yeah.
another one? Seriously? That's the subject.
Yeah.
Goes, can you start making, oh my god, can you start making new episodes again? I feel like you're kind of milking this best of thing considering episode 18 came out 2 months ago.
Yeah, so I got this email like right after we released volume 2 of the best of.
Okay.
The Anime NYC episode should have been in addition to a normal episode. Generally, that sort of thing is what you'd put on Patreon. You say at the beginning of each episode that this is a podcast where you review 2 to 4 episodes of Naruto, but that's not what you've been putting out. I love your show. The episodes eat up a good portion of my shift at work, but I've had to seek other alternatives when I would normally have happily listened to the content you produce. But I'm not going to listen to something I heard literally weeks ago. Were you planning on releasing any announcements in the feed as to when we can expect regularly scheduled programming to resume? And that is it. Wow, Adam, that hurts.
Yeah.
But we did.
Wow.
Well, a couple things. When I first read that, I was like really angry. Obviously, like I was like hurt and like upset because I just read the beginning where it's like another one. Seriously, like what are you doing? But like, it's clear that this guy is a fan, and I just want to like. So a couple things. First of all, like. We have a hater on YouTube, and we're gonna make a video about it. We're gonna have former co-host Ali Caruso join us, and we're gonna read through all of his hate comments. But his big complaint is that our podcast is more about our like college lives or whatever than it is about Naruto.
Yeah.
And like, I understand why that would be upsetting to you if you are just looking for Naruto podcast, but like that's the gist of this, and that is like. You know, like that's the point.
Yeah.
But this guy is like clearly a fan, and I do feel
He's not coming from a bad place. Like he definitely likes hearing us.
The thing is, we are full-time college students.
Yeah, we're people.
These guys take at least 5 hours, or no, not 5, 3 hours a week to do. If we only do one episode, it's 3 hours of each of these 3's week. It's like 10 at least for me. And like this is like like this is a lot of work. And obviously we have the patrons supporting us, and it's amazing, and all of you listening. But like the best of episodes were because we went on break and we didn't have time to record, and we still tried to do the elevator thing and like have something for you that was new. And I just like.
We didn't want to sacrifice. I think because so I've been like, I over the break I got really bored. I listened to the other Naruto podcasts that's out there, and they're it's just like dudes on Skype, and it sounds so bad.
Yeah.
And it's, like I imagine they're really nice guys, sure, and that's what this hater kind of wants us to be, is just these two dudes on Skype. We don't want to sacrifice quality for quantity.
Yeah,
like
because
that,
we don't physically live together over break, but sure, we could
Yeah.
have done Skype. It just would have
Even then,
not
though,
been.
like
we're on break. We just
Yeah,
crunched
yeah.
like
there
4
was still
episodes.
effort put in.
Exactly.
Yeah,
those
and
episodes.
There was
no,
more
and-
effort
and-
put in.
Also, I want to be
Yeah.
like really clear. The best of episodes, to make them, I have to listen through all of those episodes, find clips, like
Yeah.
edit them into a compilation, and we had those elevator things with sound effects,
Yeah.
and like we recorded bumpers for all that
Yeah,
shit.
literally. Like when Liam said he like the most editing he's ever done was for
Yeah.
these episodes. He was not.
it took me
like,
days.
exaggerating. Yeah,
And also like this whole wisdom tooth thing, like I had a fever
Yeah.
while it was like the best of volume 2 was a little late because I was in the fucking hospital. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Like and like but
Yeah.
also like I do like get it as a fan, like where you're coming from, like you're not putting out what the show is, but I guess if you're a fan listening right now, you're along for a journey that is ultimately meant to be like this podcast has an endpoint.
Yeah.
Ship it in ends.
Yeah.
And like what this is going to be in the end is this collection of time that we had. And like I think the best of episodes are going to be really cool, and we had somebody on Twitter
Yeah.
share it, which was
Yeah.
awesome.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that was actually like actually that person followed me on Twitter. They're one of the coolest supporters I have. They like sent out a text to one of their friends going like, "Hey, I listened to this podcast and they put out a best of episode," and that's like a great way to show, because it's really, if you think about it, if you find the best of funny, there's probably other stuff in those
Yeah.
episodes that you would find, so they'll go back
Right.
and listen.
Yeah.
And I just like to emphasize the point where it's like we are college students, and
Yeah.
that then like if you listen to the best of episodes, Liam's right, we do grow significantly
Yeah.
because
Yeah.
this is a parallel to our real lives.
Yeah.
And it's a good little thing that this is happening now, because I can guarantee you in the future other things like this will happen. We'll have
Yeah.
things
There'll
in our
probably
real
be
Yeah,
lives.
yeah, we're
More
gonna
best
do more
of
best
over the
ofs.
summer,
Yeah.
probably.
Yeah. There'll be other weird things, and you might not always get content,
And but also like more con visits.
Yeah.
Or more like other stuff.
you'll
like,
find other, like, there'll be more people, more things happening. You just gotta bear with us when we
Yeah.
catch our footing, because we are real people. Like,
Yeah.
you have a job too, and you need to understand that, like, we get it. Like, if you can't listen to our podcast at your
But
job,
also,
like,
yeah,
that's
it
like,
was a best of episode or a week or two off.
yeah.
And
Yeah.
I don't I'm making this because I listen to podcasts are what I consume. I
Yeah.
don't watch because I'm always doing something, and I'm always listening to a podcast while I'm doing it.
Yeah.
And I'm making this because I would love a podcast about Naruto, and
Exactly,
there
yeah.
wasn't one before
Yeah.
us, right? There's two others, and I don't like either. of
They
them.
are not good.
And, yeah, and so I would rather give you something,
Yeah.
because I think it's fucking amazing that people listen to us, and it means a lot. And I want you to have something in the weeks that we can't record or can't have something to put out. But
Yeah.
sometimes we can't. And because this means so much to me, I'm always gonna give you something on a Monday or a Tuesday if I'm in the hospital.
Yeah.
But,
Exactly. You were in the hospital.
Well,
like,
and here's the thing.
crazy.
I go back to where Katie and I started. If Naruto can have filler, so can we.
yeah, exactly.
Exactly.
That's so funny.
Thank you.
One of the first episodes we watched was episode fucking 26,
Fuck
which is
episode
literally
26,
just a
yeah.
best of episode, but it wasn't even the best
But
of.
it was like,
Yeah, it was like the worst
The
of.
worst.
Like, if
listen to
we,
Rio Radio 1.
like Naruto, it is important, at least for me, to remember who I am while making this podcast.
Yeah.
Because if I spent 2 hours talking only about Naruto and couldn't just sit with my friends and just
Yeah.
Also,
because
that's not the point.
that's
Yeah.
why this episode is so long and crazy. It's because I haven't seen
haven't
these people
seen-
in a
yeah.
month and a
Yeah.
half.
We're
literally
This
on
is us
break.
catching up. This is us being friends.
I saw Morgan for the first time recording this.
Yeah, this is us being people, and this is how we bond and we grow. And yeah, it's frustrating because it's not Naruto content, but it's content of real people who watch and enjoy Naruto just like you do.
Yeah,
That's the other hater, though.
I know. That's the thing. Yeah. I just my final
But this,
thought
and
on this.
that's
like,
the thing is this guy's not a hater.
That's my final
Yeah,
thought
yeah.
is that this person, there's a clear hater, and we probably have more that just aren't vocal, but Adam is not coming. Sure, it hurt what you said.
Yeah.
I'm probably not gonna sleep tonight, but I know you're not coming from a place of hurt, and honestly, if I was in your position, I'd be a little upset. I'd be like,
and like
oh,
we
man,
are
best of,
taking
sure,
steps to not have to do as much filler,
Yeah.
but there are going to be best of weeks. And all I can say is that I don't want to give you nothing.
Yeah.
But sometimes that's the best that we can do.
Just stay tuned. I'm glad you're listening, though, and I'm glad you're passionate enough to even send us an
and we're
email.
back now.
Yeah, hey, we're back.
Yeah,
And-
we're back.
exactly.
Yeah.
I am happy that he sent it.
Yeah, and
honestly.
I'm
Like,
glad. And Adam, we love you. We love you, and we
do.
love everyone else.
We love
And
everyone
to people
out
who
there.
weren't vocal about the best of and were a little bothered by it, like, we're sorry, but like. It came out. We
Yeah.
gave you something.
Yeah.
We hope you enjoyed it. If
And
you
also,
didn't, oh well,
I think
there'll be
the
better
elevator
stuff
bits
coming.
are very
funny.
funny.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So
so,
like, and honestly, you should really pay for the Patreon to get the bumpers that we did.
It's
put out.
only $1.
It's
Like
so
seriously,
funny.
yeah.
I love it.
They're good.
They're cute videos.
So and another, and
Yeah.
just yeah, I don't know.
Overall,
Like,
we
rate,
hear your
subscribe.
concern. Yeah, we hear it. We're listening to it. Talk
Yeah.
to us. Contact us. Do your
Yeah.
thing. Like, share, subscribe. 5 stars.
5-star
everywhere you can.
review. Speaking of, here's a 5-star review that kind of plays into what we were just talking about. Basically, in the Apple Podcast app, you can leave a 5-star review, and it's very good for our analytics. So please
It's not
do
me
that.
this time,
Please
is
do
it?
that.
No, this is from Matt Too Fat for You, and it's titled Too Dope, and the review reads, "Love everything about this show, even that it takes 2 to 3 hours to talk about 30 to 45 minutes of episodes. It gets super off topic, but super funny. Believe it."
Thank
That's
you
really-
so
Thank you.
fucking
That's so
much.
accurate.
And
That is
people
true.
like that, that means the world to us.
Yeah.
Seriously. And again, Adam, very sorry, but keep tune in. We'll be back. We'll always be back. We're back now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And also, you said that we didn't address it in the elevator. We literally said, and I thought it was very funny.
Yeah.
We were like, "Man, I hope next week we remember Morgan and Katie, and then the week after maybe we'll be out of the elevator."
Yeah.
Like,
It's-
we
Yeah.
were
Yeah.
clear about the schedule, but
Yeah.
I don't know. Hey, thanks to the graphics team, Glenn Federico and Ali Caruso.
Wonderful people.
Tell your friends about this podcast, like that dude on Twitter. Share the best of episodes,
Yes.
please.
Yeah.
Please do.
Dead serious though, like that's another reason why they exist. Like, yes, we needed to have some filler, but
Yeah.
also like share those because
those.
I put, especially ours, like the
Yeah.
one of the 4 of us.
Because
I
that's
took
what the podcast is
extra,
now.
right? Exactly.
Yeah.
And so the one with Ali and Emma, it was like, ha ha ha! Look at all these funny bits. The ones with us, it's like every running joke that we have.
Yeah.
I tried to put
Yeah.
the start of it in the best of collection.
yes.
So it's
Yeah.
like it's very much like a narrative thing. So
Oh, yeah. So if you're
thank
just
you for
jumping in,
Please share that.
talking.
Yeah.
Thank
Yeah.
you for sharing. Thank you for following on Twitter and stuff. All that.
Next Monday, we're going to be watching episodes 72 and 73, and we're going to have a guest. We're going to have a very funny friend of ours named Lizard.
Woo!
on
Lizard
the
is
podcast.
fantastic.
Yes, and they are going to NaruTalk with us.
Yes.
So that'll be fun.
Be excited
yeah,
for a new person.
I think this season we're going to try and have a couple of guests on. So
Yeah.
we'll just, yeah.
It'll be fun.
Who
It'll
knows?
be cool.
But let us know what you think of those episodes if you watch ahead. Thank you for listening. Thank you for support. Thank you for sticking with us through the break.
And this super fucking long episode.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Hopefully you enjoyed it.
Yeah. hopefully.
And happy birthday, Raj.
Woo!
Once again.
Yay!
Um,
I keep forgetting it's my birthday.
Yeah. Happy 20th, bro. And
Naruto.
Maybe that's why our timeline in life is so weird, is because it's never right on the
I know, it's
Yeah.
always all
Yeah.
over, like, recording,
Yeah.
yeah. But,
It's like, happy
anyways,
birthday, Raj, and then, like,
days later, yeah.
Raj's
be like,
actual
shit.
birthday, we're like, wait, that didn't happen already?
Oh my god.
But, hey, as always, everybody,
Be
safe,
have fun,
believe it.